put us live, and we'll give a moment for everyone to sort of stream in a little bit. As it is 12:30 in the morning, and here we are. Brem is not here. We will have to carry on without him. Sad panda. We got a whole list of things to talk about. We might actually talk about some video game stuff, which will be a sort of a nice change of pace.
Yeah.
We do after all, yeah. We do after all have a namesake that we have to keep in mind here. Let me go to the Twitter. In Twite, that I am
Sharing
on.
was like Twitter, Tweeter. Damn, Rags, you have a lot of icons on your desktop.
Oh boy, doink. Rags, can I scratch your tennis balls? Yes, you can. Tennis is hard, also. Tennis is hard.
Very hard.
Tennis is incredibly hard. It's like golf. It's strength and control and... Ugh. Those guys are good at what they do. People are filing in. That is A-okay. That is nice. We would have started about an hour ago, but... That's okay. About stuff. Game title. What should I put the game title as?
What game are we talking about?
Oh, we're going to talk a lot of games. Let's do... Well, of course, there's always the proverbial honey pop.
We are going to talk about PlayStation Now. That's one of the things.
Sure. Well, I just won't even leave a game. I just
Okay.
put category gaming.
PlayStation Now, did they jack the price up again?
Oh, no. It's what the Xbox people are doing.
Guys, where are you from? I'm from Arkansas.
From America.
Rags, what's your opinion on sports games and consoles? I don't play them. I don't know much about them. I hear that they're very similar every year, though. So, there is that.
If anyone wants the online achievements for Madden, I suck at that game. I never play it, but I have it, so you can come beat my ass.
Thomas, you can still go to sleep. No one's making you stick around. Alrighty, we got 60 who just filed in, so that's nice. So
we're at 76.
Yeah, Shaner, what is your Twitter?
At Geek Essentials. Same with my YouTube.
Let me edit this here. Geek Essentials. Geek Essentials. Cheetos and a Dakimakura.
And Mountain Dew.
Rex, what the fuck are you doing up so late? There you go. No, I'm not going to bed because I'm not tired and I napped earlier. Shouldn't be a shocker to anybody. That's okay. That's
the
okay.
life of a gamer.
Do you agree with the views of the amazing atheist? Well, shit, you got
That's broad.
That's kind of broad. Do. Let's see here. Someone gave me a Vermintide. Yeah, Vermintide was really good. I'll chat about that just a little bit. So, let a few more. We got 75. Rags, have you ever seen Hamilton? No, I haven't. Rags, I have to go to bed for school. Why do you gotta stream this late? You don't have to stick around. That's the thing. I'd prefer you do, but don't do it. Don't do it to the detriment of your education. There. Why are you streaming on YouTube? Here I am. It's easy, because I don't have a Twitch setup or anything like that. Not big into streaming yet. All right, so let's go ahead and go over this list. Did you guys want to go ahead and start first with whatever you wanted to chat shit about?
Well, my thing was with of course, PlayStation Now. Apparently, whenever they tweeted it out, or not tweeted it out, but the article came out from on the blog, it showed a picture of Uncharted 2 on the actual the computer screen, and people are now, I guess, ICXM, the one that we actually called out last week for like praising 1080p and 900p difference for the Xbox game, but there was literally no difference on the PlayStation side of things. Well, they've taken it upon themselves, I guess, and not verified, but said that the PlayStation accidentally leaked details of PlayStation 4 games coming to PlayStation Now.
Mm-hmm.
And people are running wild with this. And what they've done is they've actually photoshopped Uncharted 4 in where Uncharted 2 was. And said that was the image that they actually leaked out. When a simple Google search, simple, very first thing that pops up, you click on it, it's right there, the original image.
Well, you know, people will Google search. They'll just see the first thing that they see, and they'll just boink.
It just
Like, this seems a little unusual. Let me verify this.
Some people are not educated enough to use Google. I think we all know this.
No,
Yeah.
I know, but I mean, you complain about biased media, but then you turn around and retweet and quote and share and whatever you got to do of the biased media.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I can't understand the thought process behind that.
I think you need to get beat in the head a couple of times to get that thought process.
Apparently, some people just don't get beaten enough as a kid.
Apparently, it has to be something like that.
Something like that. Wait, let me see if Bullet Berry's around. He can pop in.
He was supposed to be a guest the other day, right?
Yeah, and then it just never happened.
I know, Rags
'Cause
is
some people don't care.
873 away from a play button.
Hooray for me.
And a verified YouTube account.
Ooh, boy.
Ooh, you're moving on up, man.
Yeah, moving on up. I'm going to be a big famous YouTuber one day, like PewDiePie or Linus or whoever other famous ones are.
Just don't forget about the little guys.
Oh, I won't forget. I'll just ignore you.
Okay. Well, at least you didn't forget. That's all I asked.
Yay. Let me see. So the thing with this PS4 is that, well, we can go right into the this actually wasn't on my list here, but the Infinite Warfare trailer information. The trailer, Digital Foundry did a test on it.
Well, I hadn't seen that.
Digital Foundry Infinite Warfare, and they took the trailer of Infinite Warfare and they did a FPS test on it, and it was doing horribly. It was doing really, really bad. We're talking like it barely ever gets to 60. Barely ever gets to 60. It's hovering around 40, 45, 50. I mean, you're getting
now is this
in like indoors, like inside of small rooms, it's getting 50.
But I mean, is this one of their what am I trying to say? Is this one of their cutscenes? Because their cutscenes, like for some reason,
It's
never hit 60.
It's like the trailer cutscene thingy. Oh no, it looks like it's the trailer. It's everything in the trailer: gameplay, the cutscenes, all that stuff. So
That's
I mean, it is really odd, and I'm thinking, well, damn, if I bought a PS4 Pro and I was told it was a 4K console and it was this and it was that, and I'm looking at this stuff, I'm like, holy shit. This stuff better be better by the time the game comes out, or people will be pissed.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, it's got to be 60 frames per second on.
As long as COD 4 remastered runs at 60, I'm cool. That's the only reason why I'm buying Infinite Warfare.
I'm looking at it now, 45. Wow, it did celebrate like to 40 too.
Yeah, it's going down to 40. Now it's staying at 60 at around like this. No, it isn't even staying at 60 around those. Well, shit, man. Is Call of Duty even running at 60 anymore? It's like that used to be at least something that the game could say. Is like, at least we run at 60. Like, no. Not anymore, I guess. On the PS4 Pro. The PS4 Pro. The name Pro. This is what pros play at under 60 FPS now.
I'm just wondering if
name for it.
It is. I think it is.
I'm just wondering if this is actually like just a trailer. Like maybe we should we're reading too much into it. Hopefully,
it says an early snapshot of Infinite Warfare's performance on PS4 Pro with footage taken from the recent 2016 PlayStation meeting running in 4K mode. Here we see a range between 40 to 60 FPS during actual gameplay. That shows optimization is still needed with this new hardware.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, maybe it'll get improved. Maybe it won't get improved all that much. I don't
I
know.
don't know. They're pretty good about making their game run 60.
In the past, they have.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm thinking that this might just be like an early thing, and then I'm gonna give them a benefit of the doubt until it actually comes out. But it doesn't look good. I mean, because I've never seen their trailers like dip to 40. That's
Now,
that's
have we ever learned from the Scorpio or the PS4 Pro or any of these consoles if you can lower the resolution in the games?
we have. Wait. I think in the PS4 Pro you actually can because
Okay, because that'll be what a lot of people do, I
you
bet.
can choose 4K mode, 1080p mode with enhanced graphics, or I think maybe even regular mode.
Whatever. What's
Like
regular mode?
regular PS4 mode. Like the not the Pro, but
Like
like
not
if you
even
don't,
like sub 1080p.
yeah, just basically regular whatever you're playing right now, basically.
Hmm.
Uh,
Well, I mean, if it was me, I would always be playing at 1080p, 60 FPS with
Same here.
whatever enhanced graphics means, whatever
Yeah,
that
same here.
means.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It's
I,
always
maybe,
these strange terms. I don't know.
that's what
Gaming
I would be
ranks.
playing. I wouldn't worry too much about the 4K because the 4K is not going to hit 60 frames per second. I don't see it happening.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. Not on the PS4 Pro. Absolutely not. But however, we can use that to transition into another thing that I was thinking about. We got the information that the first party games on the Scorpio will be in 4K. Will be in 4K, native 4K. And while a lot of people are celebrating this, what I'm saying is, if that's the case, they're already committing to making all these games. Let's see, get this up here. They're already committing to making all these games 4K, regardless of how advanced they are, regardless of what the graphics are, regardless of of what kind of game it is, whether it's a first-person shooter or whether it's a strategy game. Thank you for reminding me why I always have ad block on, things popping up in my goddamn face all the time. Microsoft, expect native 4K gaming with Project Scorpio. They were saying any games we're making that we're launching in the Scorpio timeframe, we're making sure they can natively render at 4K. So here's what I am wondering. Is that going to impact the regular version? And is that going to cut off a lot of their options that might have been sub 4K? Because, again, they've already committed this early to making all their first-party games 4K native.
I think it's definitely gonna like hurt in the visuals.
Yeah, it absolutely will. The visuals will be
'cause-
garbage, and the frame rates can be... Yeah. I mean, they said it will render natively at 4K. They didn't say 4K 60 FPS.
No,
That's the thing.
not at all.
And that's the thing that, they confirm 4K 60 FPS. And here they come out, not but a couple weeks later or whenever, and they say expect native 4K gaming with Project Scorpio, and they just say native 4K. They don't mention FPS. I'm trying to... Here, let me Control F, FPS. There's not even a mention of FPS in this article. Let me go to frame rate. Frame rate. Not even a mention of frame rate in this article on digitaltrends.com. Let's see. Xbox One Scorpio will run Microsoft-made games at native 4K. God, fuck with the ads always popping up in my goddamn face. Project Scorpio will run all games made for it by Microsoft Studios at a native 4K resolution. And Loftus here, publisher, general manager Shannon Loftus, referring only to games released by Microsoft Studios, it's unclear what third-party developers' decisions will be. Because remember, they can choose whether to make their games 4K or not. New Scorpios with GPU, handle 4K resolution, gaming. It can handle 4K at 60 hertz, but not all games are going to be doing that. So, man, I don't know. Just get a PC. That's basically what I'm saying here. I'm basically saying just get a PC.
The only way you're going to be able to guarantee the 4K and 60.
Yeah, because by the time the Scorpio is going to be out at the end of 2017, I mean a 4K ready PC will be mid tier.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how it's going to be. All the old cards will still work, but then it'll be so, cheap to just jump into 4K gaming. You might as well just get a PC and all the benefits that come with it. Again, that's why I said that if you've already committed to buying the Scorpio this early, you're an idiot.
Oh yeah, there's so much that nobody even knows about the Scorpio. All you know is 6 teraflops and GDDR5X. That's it. You don't know how many gigabytes. Nothing.
And they're not going to have the Zen. Not going to have Zen in it.
Oh, they're still saying that they're going to have Zen somehow, but it's already been pretty much confirmed by AMD that the Zen won't be available.
Yeah, AMD announced that Zen-based no AMD Zen core for Project Scorpio.
And it's already being built, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so how the hell would they put something in it that's not even out?
Well, that's another thing is like it says, like they came out and showed like the Xbox guys or whatever, they were sharing around and going, "This is the Zen chip I was talking about," and it's like a chip, a mobile, like it's a mobile chip, but yet it's supposed to come out in the second half of 2017. And I'm thinking, they're like, this is what they're going to use. No, they can't build a console and then get it out to everybody in a half a year.
Yeah, you have the planning for all of it. You have to get the parts. You got to make sure all the parts are made. And a lot of the times it's a console, so these are custom parts that are only coming as part of the console because of form factor and all that stuff. You got to ship it out everywhere, and you can't just change it. It's not like you can just release a new something that people can plug in.
Even if Xbox got their hands on Zen early, than the consumers, they still couldn't get it out on in November 2017.
No,
there's no way.
AMD has already announced that Zen-based semi-custom SoCs for game consoles will not arrive before 2018. So it's probably going to be using Jaguar Puma CPU architecture. So, hey, well, but Iron Wolf, they could easily just increase that to 8 teraflops. So
yeah, because all you got to do is like just turn a knob.
Unless all you got to do is just flick the switch. You can really just adjust it anywhere. It's from 0 to 10. And they should just set it to 10, really, honestly. They should just turn the knob to 10 and increase the teraflops by 4, I say.
Yeah, because according to basically all of YouTube, that is how teraflops work.
Yeah, that's how teraflops work.
I wonder how many people in the chat are one of them teraflop terrorists.
Yeah, those teraflopists.
Teraflopists.
Teraflopists. So what games have you guys been playing recently?
I've been playing Destiny, trying to catch back up to where I left off, so that way I can get ready for tomorrow. But
do people still play Destiny?
Oh, there's a ton of people on there.
Really?
Yeah, I've actually just been doing some light gaming with COD. I played Assassin's Creed, the China Chronicles today, their platformer version. It wasn't too bad, but not really much. I've been kind of busy. What about you, Rags?
Well, work has had me really busy, so I haven't been playing as much as normal. More like Killing Floor 2, I always kind of settle on that a lot of the times. It's really good for listening to stuff in the back. But today I started playing Vermintide. Someone gifted me with Vermintide, and I played it for, how long did I play it? Let me check here. 101 minutes. And it so far, I have really liked what I see so far. I really do like Vermintide. It runs well. It looks really good. It's like Warhammer melee focused FPS, like Left 4 Dead in a lot of ways, and it's really good. I'm liking it so far. But again, I'm only 100 minutes in, not even an hour and a half. But so far I really like it. So far, I really think that it looks good. And it's not too expensive now. Let me check the store page on Steam. On Steam, it is it's $30 on Steam. Collector's edition is $45. I think it's in its. Let me see. Hey, friends want this game. I want to say that it's part of a bundle. If you want to buy a bunch of Fat Shark games, they do Bloodsports TV and a bunch of other things. But I think Vermintide is their most notable thing that they've done recently. So let me look at that. Whoops, let's go back. Let's see. Fat Shark bundle. But yeah, so far it's been good, and I'll do a thoughts video on it later on. But it's sitting at very positive, mostly positive. 73% of the reviews the last 30 days are positive. So we'll see what people don't find great. We'll see what people like. I mean, I'm enjoying it so far, and as I learn the game, get into the nuances of it, we'll check the balance out and all that stuff. But I really like those co-op horde kind of games where you're cooperating against a bunch of enemies, stuff like that. That's one of the reasons I'm excited for Space Hulk Deathwing so much. And Vermintide's just helping me to get even more excited for stuff from that genre. Is there any news for Destiny 2?
No, I don't actually think there's going to be a Destiny 2. I think that what they're going to do is continue doing it kind of like WoW and just continue adding expansions. Seems to be working for them.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was a Destiny 2 even in the pipelines or a rumor or anything.
There was a rumor back, I guess, after the Taken, like when the Taken King was about to drop, that Taken King was going to be the last one, then Destiny 2 would come out the next year, like around September. But then we got the April update, and then, of course, we have the Rise of Iron coming. So my thoughts is that they're not going to do an actual Destiny 2, and they're going to just continue doing expansions.
The last Destiny DLC is called Rise of Iron.
Yes.
And Bungie should be focusing on Destiny 2 next, people say. Released in 2017. We'll see. I don't know. But I don't know. I mean, because there used to be a point where I was excited for Destiny, and I was subscribed to a channel. I think it was called More Console, and I would get updates on it and listen to what was going on with it. But then once they said it wasn't for PC, died. It just I unsubscribed and I didn't give a shit. And then I watched it come out, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is actually not that great." So there you go. Overhyped, underdelivered, overpromised. That's what you get. But they appreciate your pre-orders though.
With as far as PC has come though since Destiny's release, I bet you if there is in fact a Destiny 2, it will go to PC.
I mean, people were shocked when it didn't come to the PC. People were ready for it to come to the PC because even back then there were more PC gamers, and it was still way more affordable and way more attractive than consoles to most people, or to most sensible people. But they just decided not to, and it's like, okay, I mean, it's your lack of money. Maybe because I knew it'd get ripped apart if they put it on PC, and all those things that they said would be in the game weren't in the game, and it would be easier for people to discover all the stuff that they took out of the main game, that they repackaged and sold to you as DLC. So who knows? Who knows what the reasons were? Who knows? Yeah. But there you go. Destiny 2 is going to be there. Is it not? Who knows? Oh, well. One thing that, another thing on my list was the Gears of War split screen. Gears of War is going to have split screen on the PC, which is fantastic. Game should be split screen on the PC and everywhere else. Does anyone here play split screen on the PC?
No, I don't.
No.
Yeah, I've yet to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I never really played split. So. I never really played split screen like whenever it was when I played on the console either. I'm not sharing my screen, so.
I did with friends at their houses and stuff, but on PC, no, I've never used the function. I'm sure some people do, and I'm sure a lot of people don't just because a lot of games don't have it, but a lot of games don't really have it on the consoles either. There are more split screen games on the PC than there are in consoles. Yeah,
for some reason, this generation, like most every developer went away from even using split screen at all.
Look at Halo.
Halo was actually one of the most notable. A lot of people complained about it not being in there.
Yeah, Halo on split screen was one of my favorite childhood gaming memories. I mean, I got a lot of fun out of it. I really enjoyed it. It was a blast to play with friends. The campaign, the split screen multiplayer, all that stuff. But they got rid of it because I guess I don't buy the bullshit that it was for. I don't buy the bullshit that it was to keep 60 FPS or to keep the game fidelity, graphics, whatever it was. I don't believe that. I don't buy that for a second.
I don't see how it could be because it's a whole separate mode.
Yeah, it's a whole separate mode, and it hurt the split screen on the other Halos too. If you played on PC or if you played on the Xbox and it was on split screen, the game quality would suffer. The frame rate wouldn't stay as high. There'd be more dips. The graphics wouldn't look as good. I remember playing 4-player split screen on, not Coagulation, was it like the Blood Gulch remake in Halo Reach? And I mean, the pop-ins, the view distances was just atrociously low. I mean, there could be people, 50 yards away, and you just wouldn't see, even though they're standing there. You had to zoom in or something. Ugh. And oh, by the way, chat, the reason that you're seeing ads here is because I'm using an incognito window. So there you go. I don't actually live my life with all these ads, because ads are for nerds. You see, I don't mind like banners. I don't mind banners here on the side, up and down, or maybe something at the top. But when there's constantly windows hovering around, and I can't count how many times, even before the stream when I was browsing, how many windows would pop up in my face and stop me from looking at something. I've already had to mute 2 ads, and there are some ads that play music when you
those are the worst.
Yeah, when you mouse over them. It's like, don't make me, if a noise starts to play and I didn't start it and I have to hunt down for it, don't bitch that no one's looking at your ads. People are just gonna put people are just gonna do another people are just gonna get ad block. They're just gonna block the ads. Especially if it's on YouTube. YouTube for me was what broke the camel's back with ads, because they would have ads that played sound on YouTube, and I'd be listening to a video, and all of a sudden sound would be coming from somewhere else, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And I'd have to look for it and track it down and destroy it. And I got sick of that shit. Like, I don't blame anybody for having ad block. Ads are so in your face, and they're so disruptive now.
They used to be just those little pop-up banners like on YouTube or whatever, and then all of a sudden they just became actually. It's almost like you've opened a porn site. Whenever you go into some of these sites, it's just constant ad. As soon as you close one, another one pops up.
Yeah, absolutely.
The autoplay videos piss me off.
Yeah, I mean, autoplay videos tick me off, because when I released the video on John Kill 3D Gaming, I uploaded it before work. And before I went to work, it was processing as I was leaving the door, so I just hit publish. So once it was done processing, it would make it public. I got to work, and it was still processing, and I couldn't remember if I censored the vagina at the end. So I was like, well, shit. So I made it private, and I went to check the video to see if I had censored it, just to make sure. And I had, when that was good, but I was on my iPhone 4. And because I don't spend that much time on my phone, I don't care if it's a 4 or whatever. And I have Wi-Fi everywhere I go, so there you go. It probably took me a good 40 minutes or so to get, probably took about 40 minutes for me to get to the video manager and list that video as public, because there would be this big-ass advertisement whenever you went to YouTube, and it would autoplay. So my poor little iPhone 4 was trying to autoplay a video, an advertisement, as I was trying to tap on icons to get me to the video manager. Chrome crashed like 3 times, and it was just maddeningly frustrating. So autoplay ads are awful, and you should never have ads that autoplay. At least this thing I can X out of, and it only plays music when I hover over it. Ugh. Still, sound and ads are a no-no.
Yeah, and them dumbass windows that cover the entire screen, just nope.
Yeah, especially if you're looking for the X and it's like way in the corner or something, and you can't find it, or if it's dim. Like don't want anything.
Or when they open up an entire new Chrome window.
Yeah.
No.
It's like stop. It's like put them. I don't mind ads being on the side, like I said, the banners on the side or on the top or something like that. But if they get in my way, then it's just, I gotta make them go. And anyway, the next game, I wrote Crap Gamer Rico review, because I did that video on him about the Crap Gamer, talk about the media bias and all that. And let me go to it.
Does something stupid again.
Well, Rambo beat the game, or went as far as the game let him go.
Oh, I beat the game, but I mean, you can beat the game, but you just can't 100% the game because there's actually a whole section of the game just missing. It's there where you can play it. You just can't complete it because you can't complete the last robot. You can't complete that last dungeon because you can't.
Did we talk about that in the last podcast?
We talked about the
tank?
incomplete game. Yeah, but this is a Crack Gamer reviewing the game without beating it.
Mm-hmm. And he didn't beat the game, and he reviewed it. And sometimes that's all right. If there's a lot of technical problems, or if the game is extremely long. So I mean, because if you put, like, some games are just so goddamn long. Games like The Witcher, you can get a true sense of how quality that game is without beating it, because that game is long as shit. And some games you don't beat, like Killing Floor 2 and stuff. It's just one of those games you keep going over and over and leveling up and all that. But with a game like Recore, I mean, you said it only took you how many hours to beat?
8 hours.
8. So it's only 8 hours to beat. And I know he's pumping out garbage videos all day, but still, if one of those videos is a review, that's why I don't title any of my game reviews. They're just thoughts on a game. That's why Total Biscuit, he does his WTF, his impressions on games, because I mean, beating a game and giving it a proper, honest review, that takes a lot of time sometimes, especially with games like Fallout 4 or Elder Scrolls game. Some of these games just take a hell of a long time to finish. But he didn't even finish it. He gave it an 8 out of 10. Somehow. And here's the thing. My comment on the video was you already committed yourself to an answer when you talked about how the media was biased. There wasn't any way that you could have reviewed this game in a negative light after that, regardless of the game's issues. And I mentioned that in the video I did. I said, you have already committed yourself to reviewing this game positively. You've already made the commitment, which means the review is invalid now. You've already decided what your review will be, and it will be positive, because if it's not positive, then you'll be a massive hypocrite. Which won't be new for him, but him recognizing it so obviously might be.
Well, Rambo, do you think the game deserves that score? Because you beat the damn thing.
An 8 out of 10?
8 out of 10.
Oh, God, no. No,
I would
have... with five being average, like a proper scale system.
Right.
5 being average, with 0 being, I don't know, a digital homicide game, and with 10 being, I don't know, The Witcher 3 or whatever. What would 5 be? Or what would the game be? What's Recore out of 10? 5 average.
4.
4? Really? It's a below average game.
It is a very well below average game.
Well, let me see how the Metacritic is doing on it. Recore Metacritic. Let me take a look here. All right, 63 based on 57 critics, so it hasn't... I think it ticked up from 62 to 63. And, of course, I have a video with music, so I'll exit that window out. The user scores are the same, 6.5 out of 10 out of 310 ratings. So, it looks like the critics and gamers are in. And another advertisement with sound. Lovely. So, I don't know how people do it. I don't know how people without AdBlock Plus, I don't know how you guys do it. But they're...
block.
Yeah, I will... Yeah, I'm in incognito window. But yeah, Metascore, 63 and 6.5. Pretty much the same. And I asked him in the original video he did, I asked him, are the 200 plus people who review user reviews for the game, are they part of the media bias too? And I don't think he responded. I'll go check though, because why not?
He might have just blocked you.
On video, or on YouTube, no.
Oh, okay.
Let me go to... Recore is getting terrible review scores, biased media can't, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, the video's mostly negative than positive, but that's to be expected. I said, so are the 240 users who rated the game a 6.6 out of 10 also part of the media conspiracy? He has not replied to that. And of course, after he made the video, and then he wrote a comment that says, so, quick update. I've played almost 2 hours of Recore, and I can't put it down. Absolutely fun and charming. Great characters, cool abilities. Because, of course. Because when people enjoyed the Order 1886 and Knack, you called them fanboys for enjoying the experience. But if you enjoy Recore, well, that's just... You just have good taste in games, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, man. I mean, it's shocking how this guy has 26,000 subs. I don't know how many of those are real, but it really is shocking people who would actually subscribe to this guy. Absolute fool. Total and utter fool. Remember, crap, you can always debate me. I'm always open. I know you blocked me on Twitter, but I'm always here. If you want to have a chat shit, if you want to hop on, we'll host you. We'll broadcast your bullshit. Don't you worry. We're degenerate enough as it is. What's he been up to, Crap Gamer? Let's look at his videos here. You can look at the video titles. Oh yeah, his last one was Gears of War 4 launch trailer reactions. Game of the year confirmed. Because you watch a launch trailer and you know it's game of the year. And it'll be the game of the year, of course, until the next Microsoft game comes out. Then that will be game of the year, of course. By the way, he gave Uncharted 4 a 7.5 out of 10. So he rated Uncharted 4, of course, lower than Recore. Because of course he did.
Oh, yeah.
Did you expect anything else?
Not in the least.
Here's this video he did. Sony fanboys are so desperate for power, they're already hyping and hoping for the PS5 in 2018. What have we been doing about the Scorpio?
Yep.
Totally different, guys. Totally different.
Oh yeah, it's completely different.
Totally different.
I don't see how you don't see it.
Yeah, I mean it's shocking how little self-awareness he has. It really is shocking. It's how do you not see that this is obvious hypocrisy when you type out these names? Hyping and hoping for a console that's supposed to come out in a later year? Who does that, Crap Gamer? Who possibly could do that? I can't imagine.
It would honestly be nice to see, like, whenever you're typing out your titles, like if YouTube would pop up and go like hypocritical title confirmed or something, you know, to where you're like, oh, I need to erase that and put something different.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't be so obviously hypocritical and biased. Maybe. Nah.
You don't say.
You don't say. So there you go. I haven't even watched his review yet. I've read all the comments and people have been telling me about it. I really don't want to. I really don't want to expose myself to more of his videos than I have to. I worry that it will wear away at my sensibilities.
It's hard to actually watch his videos. And
Rags, did you know that a South African Dota 2 team uses your avatar as a team logo? Please link me to that. I'm very curious. Because depending on what the icon is, they might not actually legally be able to do that. Where's Brim at? Omega asks. That's a good question. If you can contact him, then feel free to fill us in.
he is MIA.
He is not here. He is missing in action. Or missing in not action. Exposing fuckboys is here. Excellent. Rambo's a bitch.
All right. Rainbow's a bitch.
BICH, of course. Excellent. Good to see you exposing fuckboys.
And good to see that you haven't got an education since your last time.
God bless you.
One of these days, man, you are going to learn how to spell.
You guys chat. Hello, William. But you guys chat shit. I need to drain the lock, as the case may be.
Okay.
Gonna be right back.
So are you going to be getting Destiny? I know y'all talked about like getting Destiny again, re-downloading it, but are y'all going to actually buy the Rise of Iron?
I really want to, yeah. If there's enough people to play with.
Well, I'm always there. I've been on it for the past couple of days, so.
Rambo, how about you learn to spell? Dude, you misspelled so much in that fucking sentence.
It's too damn hard to even. It's almost like talking to Crap Gamer. I'm trying to actually find his his actual gamer tag or whatever, because I know it was something like MOH. Oh, there it is, MOH Crap Gamer. There we go. I'm gonna add friend so that way he appears and I can actually compare his stats.
And you can see that he's not playing half the stuff he's reviewing. If freaking any of it, for that matter.
That's exactly the reason why I do it. I have Mooch on there too. Oh, he has it all privated.
Oh, go figure.
It says this person hasn't played any games yet.
What?
Crap Gamer has all of his achievements privated.
He does.
That's because this person hasn't played any games yet.
Well, that's because people kept calling him out for not getting achievements and not playing games. I mean, they say that, here's the thing. Like, my Steam profile is totally public.
Mine is too.
Yeah, you can go there and you can take a look at it. I have 149 new invites. I'm just going to let it build up to 200 and then... So, if you go to my profile, it's there. It's public. I mean, that's my recent activity, 37.2 hours in the past 2 weeks. So, yeah, I've been playing games.
Everything on my Xbox, my PlayStation, and my Steam are all public.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hide this stuff.
I don't see a reason to hide it.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that someone might want to hide it for is so you don't get inundated with invites and requests and stuff like that.
Right.
But I don't mind it because Steam's pretty good about, it's all in one place. It doesn't get in your way. But whenever people say Rags doesn't play any games, PC Gamers don't play any games, it's like, well, my profile's here. You can check it out. I don't hide any of that stuff. I don't play. Well, my Honey Pop isn't on Steam. I got the proper version, like a real man. So, let's see. Yeah, and someone exposed. I hate using that word, but in this case it applies. Exposed JTech TV for beating all his games on easy.
I'm not really surprised with that one.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Rags, does it bother you if we try to add you? It does not bother me if you try.
It just bothers him if you succeed. I'm just kidding.
And I have the final say in that. Omega's asking, what do I think of Doom? First off, let me see how many hours I actually have in Doom. 34 hours on Doom. Most of that single player. Doom is a very, very good game, and you should buy it. You should buy it because it's a fantastic game that runs well. It looks very good. It is extremely fun.
Oh, yeah.
And it is something that you can play multiple difficulties, multiple playthroughs. The multiplayer is okay. It's okay. I haven't played too much of it because it's okay. There are better options for multiplayer, but it's all right. You may like it a lot, but it's there for you. But the game single player is really where it shines, and it is fantastic. I would absolutely recommend it. Rags, please talk about Poodle Core DDoSing Battlefield 1. They DDoSed Battlefield 1 on the first day. Or the second day, technically.
Yeah.
They just took down Blizzard, too, like the other day.
Yeah, not too long ago.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, guys. Bunch of fucking assholes.
I don't even know. I don't know what their end game is. I mean,
I don't even know either. They're just there to make people miserable, not play games. Rags, I love you, but I think you need to give multi more of a chance.
Multiplayer,
more of a chance. I know it's not Masterpiece. He says I need to give it more of a chance.
Unreal Tournament all the way, man.
Well, at what point have I given it enough of a chance? I've played it fairly extensively, and I'm good at it, all right? This has nothing to do with good. I basically, as a rule of thumb, I'm really good at first-person shooters online. I just don't like all of them. So I play fine at it. I do well. It's just not really... What's PES?
Pro Evolution Soccer.
I don't know anything about soccer. The real soccer, I know the rules. I used to referee soccer games as my first little gig.
You kicked the ball, I think. I don't know.
But I got 3 new invites since I brought up my Steam profile. And okay. Anyway, yeah, I don't know anything. Halo 6 or Destiny 2 on PC, which would you prefer? Halo 6?
Destiny 2 for me. I hate Halo.
Uh-oh. Jay's listening, and dude, you're done for.
Halo bores the shit out of me, man.
Fair enough. I just don't want to support Bungie at this point. After Destiny, I don't want to support Bungie.
I'm probably biased in this because I am a Destiny player, so obviously that would love to see that come over to my preferred platform.
Rags, if you like Doom, you should play Mother Russia Bleeds.
Mother Russia Bleeds?
Let's take a little look-see at Mother Russia Bleeds. Mother Russia Bleeds. $15. Oh, I know. I've seen this game played. I'm not really into beat 'em ups, but I could be if it's good. I'll follow it. Add it to my wish list, and I can go back later, take a look. Take a look. Sure. You can get 2 copies of the game for... Well, if you buy the dealer edition for $25, you get 2 copies of the game. Mini documentary soundtrack.
One to gift, and...
Yeah, ideally,
okay.
yeah. Metacritic, 6.4 out of. That's okay because it's 10 positive, 3 negative, 1 mixed, but that comes out to a 6.4. See, that's why unless something has a lot of reviews, don't trust user reviews on Metacritic. I mean, it has to get to like minimum hundreds of user reviews before I would even start to trust it.
Well, yeah, because that's when it starts to like even
balance out and even out. Yeah.
Rags, that wants to know if you've ever played Fear.
Which one? I've played the first couple, and they were good. Fear 3 was like a couple dollars somewhere, so I bought that. I haven't played it. Someone else, have you tried Insurgency? I bought it because it was so cheap once. I haven't played it yet. Have I tried the Halo custom games? I tried it out, but it wasn't with anyone. I just wanted to see if it would run. Let's see. Anything you guys want to chime in with? Anything you want to talk about? Besides, because we can just keep on rambling.
Is it just games that we're talking about? So just games, not like what's going on elsewhere?
Oh, just anything. We'll try to keep it to games, and we could talk about other stuff. But at least for now, we have 217 people watching. 217 people watching, by the way, which is pretty good for 1:18 a.m. on a Monday.
Yeah. I would say that's really damn good.
Yeah, absolutely. Why can't I message you on Steam? I don't know.
Yeah, but almost my whole channel watching you.
Sweet. Never played Cry of Fear, Rags. I've heard that name. Cry of Fear. I've heard that name. It's a free to play.
Oh, yes,
Oh, very positive. It's listed as very positive. Okay, let me add that to my wish list, and I'll give it a look-see.
The Witcher 3 will not get a PS4 Pro update.
No, I'm not. I actually feel sorry for you guys. I'm not gonna laugh. I feel sorry for you guys, really. Ever played Binding of Isaac? Yes, it's not very good. Yeah, I mean, with the what determines whether or not something gets a PS4 Pro upgrade? Is there like a?
It's a developer, but I don't know what their determination is to make that.
I mean, I guess it would be such huge work for The Witcher 3 on PS4 Pro. They just rather would work on Cyberpunk.
Probably.
They would rather probably just work on that because I know they're already full swing into it. The development team for Cyberpunk is now bigger than The Witcher 3 ever was. And yes, I've seen The Witcher 3 guys on a console, and it does look garbage. Have you ever shaven your arsehole before? Yes, but you got to keep that. You got to keep up with that because once it starts to grow back a little bit,
it itches like hell.
Yeah, you got to keep up with it. You got to maintain that shit. Which gives me all the more reason to appreciate people who do. But
I believe Brimstone's coming.
Someone said happy. Someone said happy birthday. It is not my birthday.
It's not my birthday.
However, thank you anyway. Feel free to give me presents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't clap. Just throw money.
I'm not going to argue against presents. I mean,
absolutely not. Especially if it's, good games. There you go.
If you want it to be my birthday, it's my birthday, damn it.
Rags, you ever tried that good shit? Exposing fuckboys. Oh, boy.
I'm glad you can read that shit.
Have I ever beached my ass? I've had my ass on a beach.
I'm thinking it said bleach.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna assume. I'm not gonna assume. I have beached my ass, much like a whale. Rags, what happened with Brim? I think he's coming. I think he's coming.
Yeah, he messaged me. He just got up. Like
the cartel actually held him hostage at his meth lab.
Yeah.
His meth lab, yeah. All right, so I'm looking at this PC Gamer article here. BioShock Collection update will address performance issues introduced 21/9 support. 2K details his forthcoming patch plans. General mouse fixes.
Well, at least they're actually paying attention to the reviews and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, thank God they are. But dear Lord, this game is like 9 years old.
It should have been there from the start.
It should have been there from the start. If you're gonna release a collection, a remaster, don't have it just be a retexture, which is what I hear it is. I hear that they just retextured it, and there's not even a huge difference on the PC. but it just has all the old bugs and some new ones thrown in for good measure.
Yo, he's gotta fuck that spelling up on purpose. There's no way he
Yeah,
actually spells like that.
It's Rags, you should get some X-Twats on her. Rags, do you like Payday 2? I didn't really like it, and now I won't play it because the developers are shady pieces of shit.
Yeah, FPS Fox, the graphics options are basically the exact same as what they were back when 8 or 9 years ago. So I mean,
Yeah.
they
just buy the original, guys. Seriously, just buy the original.
They didn't actually remaster the game. They just, like what they said, just retextured it and said, "Here you go. Give me another $60 for it."
Yeah, if you're on PC, definitely buy the original.
Because the original, from what I hear, the original still holds up, even in terms of graphics. It's got a really cool style to it. It holds up, and it's still one of the best games ever made. It was my favorite game until The Witcher 3 came out. And Rex, do you play CS:GO? No, I do not. I think it is a shite game. I don't like the aiming and all that stuff with Counter-Strike. It's not my thing.
I don't like people telling you how to play the damn game when you're in the game.
Fuck. One of the last time I played it, it was some friends who had invited me to play, and I said, okay, I've never really played this game. Let's play some. And I did okay, but fuck, if you buy the wrong item, or if you don't buy the right kind of armor, and I don't know what any of this shit does. I just started the game, and these were people on my friends list bitching at me. Oh, you didn't buy the right thing. How come you still have this? How come you haven't upgraded your machine gun? How come you bought this? How come you don't have grenades? You're supposed to go to this objective. And I'm like, fuck you guys. I'm not playing this shit.
You went the wrong damn way.
It's like, you went the wrong way. It's like, fuck, just tell me what to do once and I'll get the idea eventually. Ugh. Rags, have you played Recore? No. Yeah, maybe I should get good on it. I don't know. I just don't want to get hurt. And it's not that it doesn't bother me on a personal level. It's just like, why am I playing with you? Why am I playing this game if I'm just going to if everything I do is wrong, if you're not going to tell me? Like, tell me what to do. I don't know any of this stuff. And I'm good at the game. I've done fine with the game. The only clip that I have on Shadowplay of Counter-Strike Go is me soloing an enemy team with my pistol. I'm good at the game. I just don't really like it. It's like Doom. I'm good at the game. I just don't really like it. Rags, who are you voting for? Trump. Rags, do you play Company of Heroes? No, I do not. I have played Metro 2033, and it's a good game. Last Light is also an excellent game. You should buy that. Excellent game. Someone asked, what's my most recent game I played on Steam? It's Vermintide. Rags, what's my favorite game? The Witcher 3 is my favorite game. Followed by Bioshock, then floating around after that is Mass Effect, Bait and Kados, Eternal Links and Lost Ocean, Resident Evil 4. After 1 and 2, it gets kind of nebulous. But, man, this Bioshock collection, ugh. They should have just saved it and made it better.
Yeah. They
could have always released that shit later. They could have always just said nothing and then have it. Oh, shit, yeah. Someone asked, do I play DayZ? I used to. I still have it. I've got like 1,100 hours in the game. I haven't played it in 2-3 months. Let's see. I haven't played the game since the day I released my thoughts on .60 video. I haven't played it since. Well, I played it for like 5 minutes on a stream, but the performance was terrible, and I didn't. But that doesn't count. What do you two? What is your favorite game? I don't think I've ever asked.
I don't really actually have a favorite game. I mean, like, I just have like genres that I like. The action adventure I definitely like.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like Tomb Raider, that type of stuff.
Yeah, some people with games, it's like songs. Like, what's your favorite song? Shit, I can't answer that. It changes all the time.
Yeah, just in general, I love FPSs and platformers. I can play them all day.
Oh, platformers! I do love platformers. We don't actually have enough of those. That's one of the reasons why I actually liked Knack so much on the PS4. That's because it was actually a pretty well done platformer, and we haven't actually had one of those in quite a while.
Yeah.
Someone said, why did they remove Battlefield 2 from Steam? I don't know. Good question.
Yeah, I was just playing Bad Company 2 the other day.
It's a good game.
It runs great. There's still a lot of people playing.
It's a great game. The multiplayer is fantastic. I got to 50 on the consoles, and I bought it on PC too. Didn't get as far, but because it was just later. But I guess Brimstone here. He's still figuring out how the world works. That's all right.
No, I'm still waking up. Just trying to chime in on a good portion of the conversation, since I think you guys are talking about favorite games or favorite type of games.
Favorite game,
Fair game.
if you have one.
Oh, excellent. Divinity Original Sin 2. It's out on early access, 276 reviews, 96% positive. I expected nothing less. The first Divinity Original Sin, guys, is fantastic. I have like 30 hours into it, and I'm nowhere close to beating it. I'll buy the second. Oh, fuck yeah, I'll buy the second. If you are interested, anybody who's into like the old school RPGs, ones that have a lot of strategy, a lot of character building, a lot of exploration in the world and stuff, a lot of inventive solution to problems, then get Divinity Original Sin. The Enhanced Edition is fantastic. It's an excellent game. And now that the second one is in early access now, I will be looking forwards to playing it. I'll probably just wait until it's fully done, though. I don't want to get it in bite-sized bits. I want it all to hit me at once, so I can go into hibernation and just fucking play that shit.
What about Path of Exile? You guys ever play that?
I've played it just a little bit, like 10, 20 minutes. So
Yeah,
it's just
really
hard.
good game.
It's hard to just get started in a game, especially when you have so many games to play. It's really hard to just find a new game and get started into it and delve into uncharted territory. Rags, how many hours have you played in Battlefield 4? 1,448. Most played game ever.
Damn.
I am a boss. I am MLG Pro. I guarantee it. Would you rather be stuck with a PS4 or Xbox One? I don't know. PS4, I guess. They apparently have better games. Isn't Divinity turn-based? Yes, it is turn-based. But one of the things is you can mess with the turn order. That's part of one of the strategies. So, well, anybody else want to chime in on something? Anyone been thinking some thoughts they want to put on out there?
Well, I mean, we did have that one topic that was off gaming, but
Yeah, we can get to that at the end.
okay.
What about all the NX rumors that it's going to be revealed this week? And
I haven't even heard that.
I don't know anything about the NX, and I haven't looked up any information. I just don't have any real interest right now.
Every mock-up I've seen of that console, it looks like garbage. I'm sorry, but it's like
I think
Wii U 2.0.
If they're going to do like what rumor says, like basically have a handheld, come home, plug it in, and then play, like project it onto your screen, basically, and take advantage, I guess, of a little bit more power behind the console portion of it.
Yeah.
I think they're actually tapping into a market that is going to be very well for Nintendo, because their primary focus or their primary breadwinner is the handheld market. So I mean, I think they actually are onto something there as far as like in comparison to what they did with the Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely trying to strike lightning in a bottle twice or whatever, like they did with the original Wii and their innovative motion control thing.
Yeah.
That thing practically printed money. Like, it really printed money. Like, almost everybody and their brother had a Wii at that time.
100 million sold, right?
Something like that.
Just a bit keeps asking me, how did you feel with the negative / whining with the fanboys are good, PC fanboys are the worst, though, with the dog you used? I didn't care what people had to say. So, there's your answer. Store. Let me see what's on my wish list. I got 11 things on my wish list. Mind Dead, Mother Russia Bleeds, Cry of Fear, Divinity Original Sin 2, Syndrome, Layers of Fear, Brigador, Space Hulk Deathwing, Lisa Firewatch, and Deadfall Adventures. So, there you go.
That's all you got on your... that's not too
On a
shabby.
wish list.
Oh,
Yeah.
wish list, okay.
Yeah, it's just a wish list.
Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And what's his face said something about Paladins. Good game. I played it. I actually enjoyed that game.
It's a free-to-play Overwatch, basically.
Pretty much.
Right?
Yeah, it's a free-to-play
Overwatch on horses.
Yep, and it's actually really good. It's actually really, really good. They're kind of right now. Hi-Res Studios is sort of trying to dig themselves out of the hole that they once were in because of that game.
83% positive out of 6,500 reviews, and it only released 5 days ago. Really 4 because we're only an hour into the 20th.
Well,
So,
it just
let me
released on
actually...
Steam. It's been out for quite some time.
Yeah, it's been out on the high res client forever now, but still.
Oh, because I've
Like,
never even really heard of it.
right. The thing with that game is a lot of controversy was surrounding it because of the CEO was trying to tell people, well, we should really make this game with big boobs and big butts because I say so. He was acting like a child, and people ended up leaving their employment because of him. It was over stupid, childish crap, really. And now that everybody's sort of back on the same page of making the game to where the community wants again, now the game is starting to pick up steam again, and it's starting to blossom into the wonderful experience it is now. So
There apparently is a founder pack for it. Wow, 100% of the 78 user reviews for the $14 founders pack are positive.
not bad at all.
Well worth the $13.
Yeah.
So, every character unlocked plus upcoming characters, whatever. I don't know what 20 radiant chests means, so I'll have to see what their value actually is.
It's like the Overwatch chests.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You unlock them, you get skins, cards, the whole 9 yards.
Rags, who's your favorite porn star? Well, obviously it's yours truly. Rags, what are your thoughts on what Civilization 6 looks like? Is it going to be... Looks like it is going to be versus what Civilization 5 is right now. Mechanics-wise, I'm not too familiar with Civ 6 to make that call. Aesthetic-wise, I have no problem with the new aesthetic. I really don't. For me, if it has shitty graphics but it looks cool, aka the Nintendo approach. Well, really though, the graphics on Nintendo really are shitty on an objective level, but they look really good because they're often stylized and stuff like that. They look bright and vibrant, and I think that gives them they're charming in a lot of ways. So that's why Nintendo, a lot, especially first-person stuff or first-party titles on Nintendo, they look so good despite really looking so bad. They're pleasing to the eye to see and watch and look at. Rags, are you doing YouTube full time? Hell no. I haven't made a dime off YouTube.
So they just released a Killer Instinct Definitive Edition on the Xbox. You get like everything plus some of the classic games.
I have like everything, including like one of the classic games that I really cared about, so I'm good.
Kind of nickel and diamond that one.
They are, for real. It's bad.
I've never been into fighting games. Never really was into fighting games. Just not my thing.
I was back in the arcade days, like whenever you could stand there next to the person and like whip their ass like right next to them. But now that it's turned to like a console game, I haven't got into them again.
The only time I'm any good at fighters is when I'm drinking. So yeah, I don't really play them.
Well, the thing is, Rags, do your SLI 980s destroy pretty much all games now? Will they continue to do well in a few years? They're 980 Ti, Zotac Amp Extremes, SLI, and yeah, they are destroying everything, and I'm certain they will for years to come. Yeah, with fighting games, for me, I don't normally like one-on-one games. I like it. I like it when there's more players involved, more people involved. That's just how I am, I guess. And it's not, and it's just, I guess it's not my kind of strategy. I like the kind of strategy where you can move around and try to be cunning and try to outwit the other opponent in a lot of ways. Or it's just not my thing. Fighting games just aren't my thing. Now, I've played like Soul Calibur 2 and stuff way back in the day on GameCube, and that was all right, but I've never been into fighting games. Not my thing. They consistently just don't interest me.
Is anyone streaming or gaming tonight?
I'll probably play some games after the stream, yeah, because I napped earlier, so I can stay up a bit.
Yeah, I just overslept my alarm, so I'm pretty good right now. Yeah, I'll be streaming. I'll be streaming some fucking Bloodborne tonight, so that'll be good.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be on Beam.pro streaming something. I don't know what yet.
He's going to be streaming Tetris.
Tetris. Excuse me, sir. I play Pac-Man for a retro game, not Tetris.
As far as the RTS games you guys were asking about, yeah, Supreme Commander is damn good. It's definitely worthwhile RTS games.
Oh,
Pretty
yeah.
much anything that's like that is
Yeah.
gonna be really good.
And the thing is with Subcom, I do play that. I don't play it against people. I just play against like bots and computers and stuff, and it's fun to play. It's a good, relaxing sort of little strategy game you could dick around with. I enjoy it.
He's already said he liked Warframe before. He doesn't play a whole lot of it, but yeah, Warframe's good. I've got quite a bit of hours into it myself. Warframe's really good. I've come across the community is really tight niche in that game. Like, holy crap! You start streaming that game, and everybody and their brother will come watch you just to see if they can help you. It's actually pretty cool.
Okay, the Grand Theft Auto 5 Redux mod maker accused of stealing other modders' work. The creator of the Visual V mod, I assume that means Visual 5 mod, claims the swanky Redux visual upgrades are actually his work. Drama. Guys, why can't you just make your own mods? Don't steal other people's. Or get their permission before you use it. Please, come on, please, guys.
That's funny. They just decide they're gonna be like, oh, we're gonna take that mod. Swamp. Like, what the heck? I don't know what people are thinking when they do stupid shit like that.
No.
They did that with the whole like Skyrim situation too when it came to paying for mods. Remember that?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people were doing that. They're like, oh, that guy came out with a new mod, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put that in my mod pack and sell it as an entire thing with a different name.
And it happened again when the mods came to consoles. People just stole mods. And it wasn't just a couple people. It was like a whole slew of dudes were just stealing mods and they were putting it up and then they were asking for donations. Now remember, someone commented, honestly, who cares? He's not making money off this mod, so it shouldn't matter. Other modders probably just mad his mod getting more attention than their mods did. I might check it out later when I swap build it, blah, blah, blah. Because recognition and donations are reasons to care, and because donations are profits.
And not to mention that the recognition portion of it, if like say one of these developers actually see what great of a job he did, they might actually turn into a job for him.
Yeah, a lot of people can get job. This is making a mod that's successful and popular is an excellent way. It's like an online resume in a way. Like, look what I can do.
Yeah.
The creator of the original creator of Dota from when he made that mod for Warcraft. Prime example. I mean, he's helped Riot. He helped Valve. He's gone across all these major companies that wanted to make a MOBA game, and they went straight to him. Hell yeah, I think he even helped Blizzard out.
The Recore review on PC Gamer got a 45. Ooh.
That's about right.
Yeah.
That's fair. No, really it is. I mean, there's so many issues with that game, so.
You don't think it's an 8 out of 10 like Crap Gamer thinks it is?
I was hoping for it, but no, it's not.
Recore buries a great action platformer beneath layers and layers of open world busy work.
I'll be right back.
That sounds like fun.
There you go. So unfair all these American numbers. I wish you could. Okay, so do you like Super Mario Sunshine, Rags? I didn't play it. Rags, what do you think of GTA Online? Never played it.
Mountain Blade is awesome.
I played like 65, 70 hours of the single player in GTA 5. Loved it. Fantastic.
One of the best stories in GTA, I think.
It really is. It's the characters were good and the world was great and there's a lot of fun to be had. A lot of fun goofing around to do.
Yeah.
Like a proper Grand Theft Auto game should be.
I liked San Andreas a lot, so I'm torn between the two of those. No other GTA has touched my attention like those two games. So
Your intention?
five in San Andreas.
Oh,
Well, yeah,
San Andreas.
a lot of other GTA games, when you try to get into them, like so many people tell you that Vice City was the best or 3 in general was awesome. It's like, I don't know. I never could get into those games because I would go nuts. Like I got bored. But the characters are interesting enough with San Andreas and 5 that I consider those two of the best when it comes to GTA in general.
All right, someone brought up $60 games, and I'm going to save that for either a video I'm going to do or for a podcast we can do later, because I want to explore stuff like DLC, microtransactions, $60 games, all that stuff. But we can do that for another time. Because it is 142 after all. Harambe vs. Capcom is a free fighter featuring the internet's favorite gorilla.
Oh boy.
Ooh, this is legit. Harambe vs. Capcom trailer. That's fantastic.
It should be like Harambe versus a kid or Harambe versus like
Harambe,
the people
you've
with the
become so
the
strong.
zoo.
It's fantastic. This looks great. Yeah, it's just Harambe beating up fucking Capcom Street Fighter characters. Good try, gaming industry, attempting to get me to play fighter games. But not even Harambe can get me to play fighter games. Not even Harambe. And if he couldn't do it, what chance have you? Rags, what do you think of Borderlands in general? I really liked Borderlands 1 and I really liked Borderlands 2, and I haven't played the pre-sequel. But when Borderlands 3 comes out, if it does, I hope it does, then I will play it and hopefully enjoy it immensely.
It's one game I haven't even touched yet. It was pre-sequel, and I've got that shit just chilling in my library. Haven't touched it.
How much is it?
I got mine for, it was like $10 during one of the sales last year, and it was completed. The whole thing, all DLC and everything.
Borderlands Borderlands pre-sequel. Yeah, I'm not paying $40 for that. 81% positive. That seems low compared to,
Not everybody was digging the walk on the moon type stuff.
Borderlands is 20. Borderlands 2 is 20. Borderlands 2 Game of the Year edition is 40.
Yeah, the Game of the Year edition, or the Borderlands 2, is actually one of my favorite games. It's a lot of fun.
Borderlands 2 is a fantastic game, yeah. Comes with the Captain Scarlet, Psycho Pack, Collector's Edition Pack, Creature Slaughter Dome, Necromancer Pack, Mr. Torque's Campaign of Carnage, Sir Hammerlock's Big Game Hunt, Tiny Tina's Assault and Dragon Keep, Ultimate Vault Hunter's Upgrade Pack. All sorts of stuff.
Yeah, there's
$40.
a lot.
Price of individual products, $95. Cost of this package, $40. Wow. Hack Rags with his console, Raffle. Rags, have you played Halo 5 or 1? I want to, but it's not like you can just fucking plug in Halo 5, or plug in, download Halo 5 and click on the icon and just play with people, because 343 is a bunch of dicks. Like, no, we're not going to have a server browser. Enjoy your locked FOV, 60 FPS. No matchmaking. It's like, ugh. Why? Borderlands 2 is $5 a few days ago. I do not doubt that. It is an old game, but it still holds up.
Hell, Borderlands 1 still holds up.
It really does. They do feel different, the two games.
Yep.
Man, I've played 8 hours of BioShock. Gotta do more Dark Souls. 1,067 hours in DayZ. Ugh. Enter the Gungeon. What a great game. 20 hours in that.
Never played it.
It's a good game. It's a really good bullet hell kind of game with you got to run through the Gungeon a bunch of times, and you can unlock progress as you go. You can unlock more guns, more abilities, and unlock shortcuts and things like that to get to the end. I still haven't beaten it, but it's really tough. But I really like it. I really, really like it. I enjoy it immensely. I still have to finish the Phantom Pain. Someone gave me Montaro. That's pretty fun. Sort of.
Nice.
Resident Evil 4. 9 hours in that. Let's see. SpaceX. Soma. Gotta finish Soma. A lot of stuff to finish. A lot of stuff to play. Rag, since Xbox One and Windows Store are the same store, any way of getting Halo on the PC? Yeah, it's on the Halo 5's on the PC. Oh well.
Halo Online is legit. Yeah, it's pretty good when you get it working.
Yeah, if you can get people to play with. What did you think of Bulletstorm? I have not played Bulletstorm.
It's a pretty good game.
It's $20 on Steam.
Yeah, that's not bad. You probably get it for about $5 on Kingwin, maybe.
I appreciate that, Sky. Thank you very much. Rags, just play Postal 2. Cats are the devil. They are the devil. Fuck cats. I fucking hate cats. Ridiculous animals. Useless.
Well, in that case, Microsoft has a long ways to go if they consider that an incentive.
Yeah, man.
that game, it
G2A
runs,
for
but it
faggots,
looks
you
like
dirty
shit.
cunt. I will say this. I have not bought anything from G2A in a long time. However, G2A is an excellent way to get games without giving the devs money for it. So, if you want to play a game but you don't want to support the developers, what's a game on my list like that? Human Revolution. Then I can just go to G2A and download it. Right, you should totally play Honey Pop. I could not do that because I might get a strike. Because it has the boobies and the vaginas in it. So... and sometimes the payoff is lame. And what it is mostly is just you cheesing yourself through a bunch of memorization questions. And then a couple little... most of the game isn't even playing the little Bejeweled style game. It's like going around and answering people's questions, and it's memorization mostly. And you can't lose. It's just It's just a matter of how fast you progress into getting them on a date and then into their pants, which is really just a higher stakes version of the Bejeweled game. So it's almost as strenuous as actually having sex.
Do you ever get nervous while playing Honey Pop?
Oh, absolutely. I sweat, and it's awful. I have to clench my teeth and think of the dentist just to last.
Think about baseball. Think about baseball.
It's like, my second grade teacher, root canals, rabies shots.
Dragon Moth, you're the first person that I ever heard say Dragon Age Inquisition was shit. Like, almost everybody I've ever talked to loves that game. Hell, I like that game. I don't know. I can't really get into it all the way through.
Serious question, Rags. Would you kiss Tobey Maguire upside down? Depends on who's upside down. What's my opinion on Dragon Age Inquisition? It did not look impressive enough for me to buy. Dragon Age 1 was fantastic. Dragon Age 2 was not that great. It was okay at best. What's my favorite 3DS game? 3D or 3DS game? That's a good question. Maybe Grimoire of the Rift was really, really good. The tactics games or the Advanced Wars games were good. Animal Crossing is really good. Pokemon X, though, is shite.
That last Zelda they did, where they did the handheld special console, was great.
There was I played two Zelda games on the 3DS. A
Link to the Past, I think it was called.
A Link Between Worlds. And that was pretty good. And Phantom Hourglass. Phantom Hourglass was very good. Link Between Worlds is basically A Link to the Past again, with just a few added mechanics and stuff. It's pretty good too. Do you ever use Reshade? I don't know what that is. Let me see. Counter-Strike Global Offensive deals. And it's sitting there on advertisements. Don't mouse over that ad or else the music will play. How long are you streaming, Rags? I don't know. We'll probably wrap up fairly soon. Great stream, but I got to go. Can't wait for your next vid. Well, actually, my next vid is almost done, in fact. I'm really close to finishing it. I just have to really just kind of wrap it up and then publish it, and then it'll be done. Out of all the NPC sidekicks you played along with, who's the worst in your opinion? I don't know. There's a lot of shit ones. And a lot of them are in Fallout.
Yeah, if you're switching to PC, I would definitely wait for the 1080 Ti if you're going to go to the 10 series.
Yeah, I would just wait.
It's coming.
Well, now they have, on the PC Gamer, they have news. 5 days ago, they were talking about the supposed leak. Let me see if I can find it here real quick. See. Where are you? I could just type it in the search bar, but one of my hands is busy right now. Let's see. Oh, I can one-hand it like my mother. Search.
Well, that just sounded all wrong, man.
Ha! Well then.
That
All
image
sorts
is
of
gonna
wrong.
Fuck my night up.
Well then, our take on the GTX 1080 Ti leaks. Legitimate leak or just one possible outcome? Yeah, they just talk about the specs and all that.
I'm not buying it. That's my opinion on it.
I'm buying it. That's
I
what I
haven't-
want. So,
I
I'm
haven't
on getting
committed
that
yet,
instead of the
but-
Titan.
I'm actually looking forward to the TI. I actually might get the TI.
That'll be such
Yeah.
a huge boost for you.
Brimstone, if you do, we can't be friends no more.
I was gonna go with the like SLI Titans, but then I thought the TI was announced so soon or leaked so like this right here. So I'm thinking I'm gonna wait on that and do SLI 1080 Ti's.
If anyone knows of a group where they can help Rambo with a shopping addiction, we'll gladly send him there.
Yeah. And I mean, I got my 980 Ti, the Zotac Amp Extreme for my. I got one used for like $550. So, I mean, it just depends on where you want to jump in. There's so many right answers. Again, until I actually see the benchmarks and the specs, I'm not going to make a decision. It would be nice though to just sell off my two 980 Ti's for $350 each, and then just to get a quick sell. Then use that $700, put them towards maybe even SLI 1080 Ti's.
I don't know, Rags. You
I'm
got
a
some
cunt
loyal
like that.
fans. You could sign them and maybe up the price.
Yeah.
Put your paw print on them if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Slap my dick over it. You're right. Yeah.
Oh damn!
I forget that.
The funny thing about that
I
is
forget
it
I'm
would
slightly
sell.
internet famous. I
It
literally.
was-
I
it would sell
legitimately
quite-
It
forget
would
that.
sell. It would sell though.
Really
and then
would.
then all of us will start like doing that to ours and saying like we have Rags's
Yeah.
GPUs.
Rags, can you
We have his
confirm?
DNA.
Let's see.
The free-to-play version of Evolve, it's great.
It's actually really good. And there's a lot of people in the reviews that are even stating that since they went free to play.
I heard it. They
Um,
did made
they-
a lot of changes, and they still
They,
are.
they're still making changes. They are still working on it. Like, it's still a really well done game.
Oh, that tweet I posted about the shooting there, the Terrence Crutcher. What I wrote was, it's very possible this was murder, but don't let that be your knee-jerk reaction. Access all information you can. And one of the first comments was, first guess here would be probably not fucking listening to the police.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then someone hold the door 1718 said, bullshit, man, he was on the ground with his hands up surrounded by 4 cops. Not true.
Did you watch
That
the
is
video?
that is a lie. Hold the door. This is why you don't. This is why, you see, Charles. I'm putting you on the spot here. So, that's a lie.
Uh-oh.
You legit lied. You either don't know what you're talking. Rags is full of shit. That's Resurrection. Hey, bullshit, man. He was on the ground with hands surrounded by 4 cops. That's not true. There is multiple things that were wrong with that statement. So watch the video before you open your mouth. First off.
Wait, does Resurrection not like you?
No,
He was the
that's
guy
not-
who said I was. I don't know. He said I was. What did he say I was?
the thing with the Black Lives Matter thing.
Oh yeah, I'm white, so how
you're
could I possibly
ignorant
know?
is what he
Yeah,
said.
I'm ignorant
Ignorant.
because I'm not black, which isn't totally racist at all, by the way. Well, you're not white, so how could you know what my perspective is? You see, I can flip that around and it doesn't work. So there you go. There's your response. Rag, should I play Witcher 1 and 2 first or go straight to the third? The Witcher 2 is a really good game. It has a lot of flaws with it, but it is a really good game. The third improves on it in basically every way. So if you play the third and you go to the second, you'll definitely be it'll seem like less of a great game because you are
Going backwards.
yeah.
I mean, with the graphics and story. So I mean, now would you recommend starting from the first one? Because I have all 3 of them on PC, but I've never played any of them.
Well, the second is really good and the third one is just fantastic. That's just
What do you
me.
think of the first?
I never played the first.
Okay, so you could actually just jump in with the second one and actually not be lost.
Yeah, you could jump in with the second one and not be lost. You could jump with the third one and not be lost too.
Oh, do they do a good enough job to like
Yeah.
bring you up to speed?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely. They close a lot of the holes in the second one with characters and things, and they reference it a few times, but you don't need to play the second to get the story of the third. The third is for the most part its own story. They make references to other games, but when you meet characters that Geralt knows about, they catch you up, and the game is long enough for you to understand their character and
Well,
who
good.
they are. As for this, I guess we got to the point where we're going to talk about this Terrence Crutcher thing, because we were talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy was what looks like he was shot for. Looks like he was shot. It looks like it could very possibly be murder, based on all this.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It looks like it's pretty murdery to me. Looks like it's pretty murdery.
I mean, I am interested to see if any of the cops have the body cams
cameras
on, and maybe seeing it from a up close angle to where
I
you
thought
could
that
see...
was like standard now, wasn't it?
No,
it's not standard. I mean,
they're just not testing it in departments.
Yeah, it's a lot of money, obviously, and there's a lot of logistics to it because footage has to be stored, and how long do they keep it for, and where do they put it, and it's got its own logistic issues. It's not like you slap cameras to everybody. Yeah,
like that was the individual that I think I saw a thumbnail on Twitter about where he was like under his car or whatever, and they were shooting him.
Yeah. Of course, if this guy was white, this wouldn't even be in the news. So, there you go. I mean, yeah, whenever white people get shot or when Hispanics get shot, whenever Asians get shot by the police, never in the news. Never in the news. No one bats an eye. I mean, remember, 40 times more blacks are killed by other blacks than are killed by the police. But what's in the news? This. It looks like this guy got murdered, and obviously that's awful. The moral of the story, though, is that when the police are pointing guns at you and telling you to do shit, you fucking listen to them.
You definitely don't just continue walking away from them and back to the front of your car.
Yeah, I'm not saying he deserved to get shot.
Oh,
What I'm saying is, don't put yourself. Why are you not? There are 4 cops pointing loaded guns at you, and they're telling you to do things. Why are you walking away from them towards the front seat of your car without saying anything back? I mean, that's what it looks like here. They say he wasn't responding to them, and that he just wasn't listening. Should he have been shot? No, absolutely not. It doesn't look like from what I've seen, he should have been shot at all. But holy fuck, man, just listen to the goddamn police, you idiot.
Even if the police are telling you to do something that's wrong and they're pointing a fucking gun at you, do it.
Yeah, your moral superiority is not bulletproof.
Yeah,
holy shit.
I get the whole idea of like, I haven't done anything wrong, fuck you type thing.
Yeah.
However, I mean there's a time and place for that. Like I'm the same way. Like when I'm like a constitutionalist. So whenever I mean we've had these kind of discussions before where if a cop if I'm walking on the street with my gun or whatever, and a cop tries to stop me to talk to me about my gun, I just continue walking. Like you have no right to stop me. So piss off. However, if he pulls his gun on me, I'm not going to continue fucking walking.
If a robber's pointing his gun at me, then I'm going to give him my wallet.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter what your moral high ground is not bulletproof. You could be totally right under the law, but it's not going to stop the bullet. And the reason that all this stuff is always on camera is to protect you as much as it is to protect the police. I mean, statistically, these are incredibly isolated scenarios that happen. Like I said, 40 times more blacks are killed by blacks than are killed by the police. But what gets in the news? This does. There's a police officer is 18.5 times more likely to be killed by a black than he is to shoot an unarmed black man. That doesn't get into the news. 93% of all black homicide victims are killed by other blacks. That doesn't get into the news. The statistics are not on your side. This is an awful event, but do not conflate it into something that it is not. And 12% of all police officers are black, so if this was a systematic killing execution of blacks nationwide, then how come 12% of police officers are
black?
Are black?
And and still employed.
Yeah, even the officers where I live are telling me that this is all bullshit.
And
I got 2 officers out here where I live that I'm actually friends with that are black that have stated that, hey man, don't listen to the fucking news, don't go online, don't talk to pretty much anybody about this shit because everybody all of a sudden knows what they're talking about.
And all this Black Lives Matter shit and the people in the chat that are getting triggered, I'm sorry, whether you want to admit it or not, you're a social justice warrior. And you don't have your facts straight, and you never will.
Yeah, that's why I tweeted about Kaepernick or whatever his how you pronounce his name. I mean, it's easy to look at a guy like that who's this guy's making a gajillion fucking dollars. He's doing the same thing I'm doing. He's watching a football game and not playing in it. And he's making a gajillion fucking dollars. I'm making $0, but he's oppressed. Tell me how the white supremacist country with the black president is oppressing you. Please tell me. It's like this guy does the stats are not on your side, but I understand that you have feels, and feels are really important to you. It's like this whole Trey Melvin bullshit with Jeff Holiday.
At either end of the spectrum, a black athlete making, millions, rapper, whatever, some type of celebrity that's black making, like you said, a gajillion dollars. How are they oppressed? And even the flip side of the coin, where people are dirt poor, they're still collecting their welfare checks. How are they oppressed?
Yeah, if whites are out to get black people, why did we free the slaves? What was it to give them a sporting chance? Why? If we're so anti-black, if this country is so anti-black, why did we free the slaves and give everybody equal rights? There are literally racist laws in your favor. I mean, I don't. People always talk about this nebulous white supremacy, anti-black, this and that and the other thing, and it's out there. It's this specter. It's this ghost floating in the atmosphere, and all they can point to are these extremely isolated, very rare, astronomically isolated events. Like, they say it's systematic, but there's never any proof of it being systematic and all this stuff. I mean, if the numbers were in your favor, I would be right beside you. Well, but they're not.
The common misconception that a lot of people have whenever, especially people like us, white people, talk about this, is that we are either against, like, saying that these cops are in the right, or that there's nothing wrong with what's going on. We're actually just trying to address the actual issue, and that's actually the police state and how much power these cops actually have as a whole. Because they're killing just as many white. They're actually killing more whites than they are blacks. They're actually killing more. I think actually, if I remember right, the Latinos actually are getting killed at a higher rate than what the blacks are. However, there's a problem with the police forces.
There is. Yeah, absolutely.
Not just towards black people. It's not. And to focus on just the black people, that to me, that's just that right there is racist in itself. Whenever there's a serious problem with police today.
There is a serious problem with police. A part of me, though, doesn't want to blame them after all the shit that happens that people do. I mean,
in a way, like right now, like they have
white people kill any more other than any other race. Of course they fucking do, Willie. Of course white people kill each other more than any other race. They're 63% of the population. They'd better be killing other people more than any other race. Oh yeah, that's right. Blacks are 13.2% of the population, but they commit 52% of the murders. So why don't you check that, Willie? Yes, most races are probably more likely to get killed by their own race because they're surrounded by people of their own race predominantly. Of course. The difference between white on white crime is that whites aren't trying to they're not trying to scapegoat it. They're not trying to scapegoat it on. There's not a white lives matter movement blaming cops.
We're not sitting there telling people, "Oh my God, it's the system trying to systematically wipe out white people."
Yeah, more whites are killed by cops than blacks in this country. So, but whites aren't going out and saying that cops are out to get whites.
No, we actually are saying that cops are just like out of control in general.
Yeah. And, gosh, what was I going to say?
I'm not sure. Honestly, I've seen more of these younger cops being the one that actually are the ones that ends up pulling the trigger in most of these cases.
Yeah.
And it seems like to me that, just look at the way society has kind of raised the younger people. Like my generation, we got our asses whooped, we got our asses beat Like you knew what to do and you knew what not to do. You didn't cross that line. You knew not to.
You see, Willie, the thing is, Willie, you're actually making this a racial issue right now. You're saying white people commit the most violent crimes. You're making this about white people as a demographic are doing things. Okay? And Matt, tell me how I'm a racist here.
And when this conversation is actually on an incident, not, a race.
Yeah. Here's the thing: we haven't said anything about how we're talking about statistics here. And you can say that I'm a racist all you want, but I haven't said anything racist. Saying a statistic is not racist. A statistic is how you combat racism. The statistics are how you find the roots of problems. And that's one of the biggest problems I have with Black Lives Matter, is that Black Lives Matter, they're not talking about the black on black crime. They're not talking about what is it? 73% of blacks born in the United States are born into a fatherless home. I mean, they're not talking about that. They're not talking about the culture. None of this stuff.
They're not even talking about, there was an actual incident where a black officer shot an unarmed black teen. That popped up in the news for just a snippet, and then it was gone. It was never talked about again. And to me, if the cops shooting black people are even your reason, then why did they ignore the whole black cop shooting the black unarmed kid?
Yeah, and a lot of statistics will count people who have toy guns as unarmed. Right, so a lot of those statistics are even flawed then. I know AIU, whether or not you like him or not, he does excellent videos about Black Lives Matter because, I mean, he knows his stuff. There's just, you have to look at, you cannot let your feels get in the way of the reality. So when you see something like, obviously if he was, and it looks like Terrence was shot it looks like he was murdered. It does look like he was gunned down unnecessarily. However, I can say that while also simultaneously saying he did not behave in a wise fashion at all. Those two things are not exclusive to one another. Okay? You have to look at the numbers before anything else. You have to look at the numbers and see what's happening, because numbers don't care about feelings, they don't care about any of that stuff. You have to look at the numbers.
And the one thing you can't see in that video is what the cops are saying. And I'm definitely not taking the side because I can't see it and I can't actually confirm what their cops are saying. But if he was reaching into his vehicle, because he was headed up to the front of his vehicle, and if he was reaching into his vehicle, if he wasn't talking or telling people, even communicating at all, the cops don't know what he's reaching in there for. That's actually not saying that's a justifiable shot, but at the same time it's not really a smart move to reach into your car or to make any sudden movements whenever four cops have their guns pointed at you.
Well, the sad part is a lot of people don't really put what's already been put on the internet as a good reference point when it comes to those type of situations. There's actually video right now where the cop didn't overreact. He didn't do anything. He let the guy reach into his car and the guy pulled out a gun and pop off a couple of shots on him. So I can't really sit there and say what these guys, and what they're going to do is going to be wrong, because you reach into your car and you're not saying anything. I mean, it's kind of at this point, you might as well just reach down to your side into your pocket. It's going to be the same situation, same thing.
I mean, you have guys running, you have kids who have these realistic looking BB guns and they're pointing them at police. And what do you expect? Is it here? Let's look at it this way. 95% of the people who were shot by police are male. Does that mean that cops are sexist? And this guy Dregs was asking me, well, what about something else? Well, that's another individual issue. Right? That is another individual issue.
Dregs.
And when a dispatcher tells you, "Oh, don't worry, it's only a toy," and this guy is someone's pointing a realistic-looking gun at you, you're putting. I mean, oh well, that's okay. I'll let him point this realistic-looking gun at me because the dispatcher told me it's a toy.
And not to even mention that they actually did that, and he actually took the red tip off, the orange tip off, because he said he wanted to make it look more real.
Yeah.
So he knew. I mean, he knew what he was doing. Obviously, he didn't know that like the possible outcome. He wasn't, old enough, I don't think, to actually realize the actual outcome. It was a sad situation, but that's what happens whenever you're play. I mean, it's a parent's fault for allowing this child to go out into a park with a BB gun.
Now,
It's just
I just want to
Yes,
say,
white people commit most of the crime because they're most of the population. Of course, but black people commit a disproportionate amount of crime related to their population. Hashtag not all black people. Obviously, I'm referring to only the criminals. So if Black Lives Matter came out and they said, well, we have to cure fatherlessness, which is what I believe the most underlying issue is fatherlessness in the black community, which is statistically,
mothers, mothers are
single motherhood, fatherless households, the number one problem in the black community. Everything else will stem from that. Everything else will stem from that.
It's actually like basically the number one problem in all of these people, like all the criminals' lives. I mean, even I live in the hood, and I see the families that have the mother and dad and the children. They're very respectful, very cordially. I mean, just normal, like you could get along with them. However, in some areas, like even just the white people without no father, a single mother raising them, it's basically a hood rat around here. I mean, that's what everybody wants to call them because they walk around and they with their guns or whatever, and they act like somebody owes them something. It's the fatherless homes are actually just a big problem in general.
You're the one that said this about black people. Yeah, because the statistics are that blacks are 13.3% of the population. They commit 52% of the murders. They commit a disproportionate amount of crimes. Obviously, the criminals in the black community are the ones who are committing the crimes. People who are not committing the crimes, obviously, I'm not referring to them. It's ridiculous that I even have to say that. But I guess I do when you talk with some people. But when Black Lives Matter comes out and says things like saying all lives matter is racist, saying climate change is racist. I mean, when actual racist stuff happens, point it out and we will go after it and we'll destroy it. Point out actual racist stuff that happens so that we can address it. And then we'll go and get it. Racism is awful, obviously.
Oh, you're going to tell me that climate change isn't racist? You guys didn't know? I thought that was like a new standard, right?
Oh, yeah. It's like how J-Tech was saying, Microsoft is racist because they didn't want to put a black woman on the cover of a game that has nothing to do with black women.
Willie, you said there's organizations dedicated to those causes. Is it working?
There are organizations dedicated to those causes.
It's not working.
Well, now Black Lives Matter is the most prominent one in the news, and they're talking about this tiny, little bitty, minuscule, statistically almost irrelevant thing that happens. But I'm not saying it's not a tragedy. I'm saying it's statistically so minuscule. I mean, there are, 4,500 people, black people, are killed every year by blacks. About 4,500 are killed by other blacks every year.
Okay, Willie, let's do it this way with your words there. There's actually an organization to deal with cops shooting unnecessary, innocent people.
It's called the justice system.
So we don't have a problem then, right? Since, I mean, there's no reason to talk about like the fatherless homes because there's organizations handling that. There's organizations handling the cops shooting innocent people. So we don't.
Drex,
there's not a problem.
It doesn't matter if it's a child pointing a gun at you. Guns are the ultimate equalizer. It doesn't matter if it's a 10-year-old or a 12-year-old or a 70-year-old pointing a gun at you. It does not matter how old he is. That bullet is no less or no more deadly depending on who's holding the gun.
I have an idea. Dregs, if a 7-year-old points a gun at you and you don't know if it's fake or if it's real and you're at a good distance, you have a choice here. You're going to either defend yourself or you're going to hope that gun isn't fucking loaded. And possibly you're going to be able to get your life taken away that day because of it. Which one is you?
There's a Steven Crowder as a channel here on YouTube. He does the Ladder with Crowder show. He did an interview with the Black Lives Matter guy, and they agree on a lot of things and they disagree on a lot of things. It's good to look at that kind of stuff. But he also has a little segment because he does terrestrial radio, where it's like a mock game show. He's like, you have 4 seconds to guess whether the gun is real or not. Bang, too late, your partner's dead. mean, that's how it is. If you can't walk around with a realistic looking gun and point it at people and then say, "Oh, well, the dispatcher said it was fake." So
answer the question,
Willie.
Answer the question.
Wait, Willie. You said there's people lie about numbers or misinterpret them. It's been proven that police target minorities. You asked Rags to cite his sources earlier. Cite your sources.
I can. Let me go to him.
He's actually quoting the Department of Justice statistics. And just so everybody,
because they're done by white people, don't you know?
No, they're not. They're not. The head of the Department of Justice is black. So I'm not.
Good or better? The Hyundai Sonata versus.
I find that how you can literally quote government-ran sites and people are still going to call you a liar. Now, I could see it if you were making up your own statistics. Okay, then yeah, you probably are a liar. But when you're actually saying, "Hey, this is where this is at. You should look at here."
I can't.
It should stop being questioned at that point.
I mean, this stuff is all out there, man. Everything I've cited is mostly front page statistics. Go to black crime statistics, go to black on black crime statistics, go to police statistics, black crime versus white crime, African American crime rate statistic, all this stuff. It's not hidden. It's all there. A lot of these links, though, apparently are too long to post in chat. But it's all there.
No cop or no person wants to go out their day and start their day and like, I'm going to shoot a kid today. Yeah. Nobody wants it. Nobody wanted that situation. Nobody ever. That cop probably is still dealing with that taking that kid's life. However, I mean, it's a moment. It's a split second decision because you don't know if that gun's real. It looks real.
Yeah, we're not saying it is a tragedy that a kid was shot by the police. That is a tragedy that's awful. And obviously, one person getting killed unjustifiably is one person too many. However, you have to take a certain pragmatic approach when you look at all this stuff. You can't let your feels determine all this stuff when the numbers are not in your favor. When you want to address the root causes of the problem, that's why HOTEP. You guys know what the group HOTEP is?
No,
I don't.
Let me find it on YouTube here. What I do know about HOTEP is that I respect them immensely. They are like the counter Black Lives Matter. They're about personal responsibility, independence, taking control of your own life, that sort of thing.
How dare you try to make independence a thing? How dare you?
Willie, I'm not sure if why it's not letting you post a link.
Because it's a chat and you can't post links in chat.
Mod.
Okay, so only mods can do it. Okay, I didn't know. I've never dealt with
There's an interview that Sargon of Akkad did with a HOTEP representative, and it is fantastic. And this guy he's my bro-tep. I mean, this guy he's a very intelligent guy who takes the exact opposite stance that Black Lives Matter has. And he's a black guy, and it's like a black group. And I love it. So, I mean, it's just, yeah, good luck trying to prove that I'm racist, by the way. Good luck trying to prove that. Like, seriously, good luck. Because then I'm going to have to tell all the black people I know and all the minorities that I work with and all that stuff, oh, by the way, guys, I'm racist. And they won't believe me. I'll have to try to convince them. So, I'm so non-racist. I'm so non-racist, people call me racist. That's how I've gone full circle, apparently. So, where are you guys at on Trump? That's a whole nother thing. I'm voting for him because he's definitely the better of the two candidates, I believe.
Yeah, same here.
He's not perfect. He's not great. He does have a lot of good qualities. He honestly does have a lot of good qualities, but there are some. Exactly, Mike. Racist is thrown around so much it has lost all of its meaning. Exactly. It's like rape accusations and things like that. The more you talk about all these false positives for racism and bigotry and homophobia and all this stupid stuff, right? When you keep throwing around, when you keep crying wolf, when it actually happens, then people are not going to believe it or give it as much impetus as they should.
Jeez, Dreg, seriously. It says, you said if you arrive to a crime and within 2 seconds start shooting, then something is wrong no matter what people involved. Okay, if you arrive to a crime and in the first 2 seconds you encounter somebody pointing a gun at you, that's all they don't even need 2 seconds to kill you.
Yeah.
So no, that's not always the case. Sometimes it's warranted to show up to a scene, jump out of your car, and start shooting. If somebody's pointing a gun at you, you have no choice but to shoot back.
I'm gonna say this: you have every right to defend yourself, regardless of
Exactly.
race.
I
If you
would.
don't- If you can't fucking understand that shit, then why the fuck are you even here debating us? This is about defense. If you can't answer my question, Drags, like I asked you earlier, then why are you still here? I asked you a certain question, you never answered it.
See, cop who tasered man accused of excessive force in the past. Accused. What does accused mean? Is accused
That's like
even found guilty?
allegedly.
See, you're doing exactly what you shouldn't do, and you're assuming guilt. You can't go around assuming that cops are guilty, and then at the same time assume that that all these people that cops kill are not guilty. You see, it's a double standard here that you're applying to one side and not to the other. That's why that's why people aren't going to take you serious. That's why I don't, and nobody in the chat takes you seriously.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to apply it to one group or one person, you have to apply it to the other.
Oh, one white Kong, what's up, buddy?
And Dregs, if I'm walking down the street, I carry a gun daily. And if I'm walking down the street and there's a kid pointing a white, black, brown, purple, whatever the hell color he wants to be, and he points a gun at me, I'm at that moment, I'm not going to be able to say, well, is that made by Fisher Price or is that made by Smith & Wesson? I don't have that time to ask that. Like, I don't have that luxury. So I'm going to shoot him. Begrudgingly, very much. I don't want to shoot a kid, but I'm not going to take the chance of him taking my life and not allowing me to raise my family.
Y'all are voting for Trump? Well, that explains this entire podcast. Resurrection, I thought you said you were leaving. Yes, I'm voting for Trump. He is definitely, without a doubt, the lesser of the two evils. Without a doubt, he's the lesser of two evils. Trump says bad things. Hillary does bad things.
So and this is probably gonna end up with a question. What's up, Resurrection? To anybody, including you, Resurrection, if you are voting Hillary, why? Can someone please answer that question?
That doesn't have to do with Trump.
Nobody.
Yeah, that doesn't have to do with Trump.
Nothing. It cannot deal with Trump. What's your honest to God opinion about Hillary? I want to know.
Hillary's just as bad. No, she's not. Hillary is not. She is a different level of evil. We're not even going to get into the whole. We're not even going into how her destabilization of Libya, her denial of the Secretary of State, her denial of democracy attempts there. We're not going to talk about the fact that people have died because of the things that she's done. All right. She is a different level of evil.
Brutal. No, I would say that from what I've seen on TV, of course, I don't know Trump like personally, but from what I've seen and I've actually heard from him, no, I would not say that Trump is racist.
No, I haven't seen him do anything racist.
Let's put it this way. Will Smith actually did and it was actually on Facebook. Those little videos that pop up, I scroll through them sometimes and actually see a few good ones. But Will Smith was actually asked about this and talked about, I guess, because of the whole Emmy Awards or whatever his wife was protesting. But they asked about racism, and he was like, all my years, he said, I've never encountered racism. I've never encountered a racist individual. He said, everybody's got their own prejudice. Everybody's prejudiced in some way to some form and fashion.
It's crazy, though. Trump has been in the public eye for 30, 35 years, but he wasn't a racist until he ran against a Democrat. Funny how that happens.
I'm still waiting on that answer. No one's answering it.
But
I mean, people are trolling it, but I mean, that's funny as always. But see, that's kind of like my point. No one is actually answering it.
Hillary better hope she wins, because if she doesn't win and Trump is president, she's going to get grilled and thrown in prison where she belongs.
I hope she ends up in prison.
And I don't like Bernie Sanders, by the way.
Oh God, no.
I do not like Bernie Sanders. I believe he's virtuous to a degree. That doesn't mean that his
policies would have bankrupted America.
Yeah, that doesn't mean I like his policies. And you can't talk about, basically the rise of the proletariat, for lack of a better term, and then go out and buy your third $600,000 house.
Oh, you guys are telling me that the $1 trillion plan wouldn't have worked?
Oh God.
You guys heard about that, right?
Yeah, the whole free healthcare, free schooling, free no, it's not free. Somebody has to pay for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, if I was racist, when Kid Smooth tweeted me, he's like, "Hey, you're going to be on the Weapon Wheel podcast." I was like, "Sure." If I was racist, that doesn't sound like something I'd do. Just saying. Pick on everybody here.
Good luck with that, by the way, Brax.
That's what I mean. That's what I don't understand. Is that, I mean, if you can't, you can't just be selective. If you're racist, you're racist. You can't be selective in your racism. Like, well, I like these black people, but I don't like these black people. That's not racism. Racism is like I think I'm better than you.
Apparently,
so therefore,
I
don't want you around me.
Hillary Clinton said we didn't lose a single person in Libya.
What?
Yeah. Okay. There you go. We didn't lose a single person in Libya. Hillary Clinton.
So we just decided to forget about everybody, huh?
Yeah.
We
didn't lose anybody.
Existed. That was all speculation. That was all fabrications. Okay.
Oh. Wow.
Look, if Bernie is a sellout one night long, you're absolutely right. He is a sellout. Bernie is a sellout. And that's why
Dude, he like endorsed
totally
her right
sellout.
after he fucking pulled out.
You can't talk for months and you can't go a year of talking about how evil Hillary Clinton is and how she's the problem and how corporations controlling candidates are the huge problem.
Her on his own campaign number of times.
And then when she wins, say, yeah, you should totally vote for her and you should throw in your votes with Hillary. I'm gonna go buy my $600,000 third house now. Also,
just so Trump can't win.
Yeah, just so Trump can't win. I bet most of the Bernie people are going to end up voting for Trump.
A lot of the Bernie people are were very pissed.
Yeah, Clinton's losing amongst millennials now.
That's sad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but if all you can think of is because she's a woman, that is not an answer to me. That's incredibly stupid.
That's actually the worst reason to vote for anybody.
Look, here's the thing. We're almost getting on 2 hours here. Look, here's my political stance is that neither of these candidates are great. However, I'm voting for Trump probably because he is, one, he's a lesser of two evils, but two, he does have positive qualities about him. My stance on Black Lives Matter is that I hate Black Lives Matter. I like Hotep. And I let statistics guide the things that I do. So you can talk all you want about how, I'm a racist, but the facts are on my side. And you can be angry at that, you can be upset about that, and it might not fit your narrative, but the facts are the facts. So take that as you may. I'm kind of done talking about it now. I don't think at this point, I would be just repeating myself. I want you to go and research all the stuff you need to. How do I feel about Ben Shapiro? I love the guy. I listen to his stuff all the time. But just go. All this information is out there. You can go and you can look for it. And I'm not saying Trump is a saint. I'm absolutely not saying that. However, I think that he has enough qualities to where he would not be a bad president. He's he's like the first nationalist-leaning president we've had in a while, while the rest have been globalist. Obama definitely is. George W. Bush was. Even Reagan, to a degree, was globalist. And he is most famous for helping bring down the Soviet Union. Bill Clinton definitely was. I mean, I like a lot of his policies in terms of he knows when to be isolationist, but he knows that we have to kick ISIS's ass. I mean, there's enough stuff about... did you see the Ben Shapiro-Sally Cohn debate? I did. It was unbelievable. Poor Sally. No, Sally Cohn said a couple days ago, or was it yesterday, that it's a good thing for conservatives to not be able to speak on campuses. Just a second. I don't want to take her ridiculous... CNN Sally Cohn, I'm happy free speech is under assault on campuses.
Wow.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Feelings are valid, Cohn declared. I'm never going to argue with people's feelings. On conservatives, he said, if they feel like they can no longer speak against positive social change, good. They think diversity is dumbing down humanity or the greatness and exceptionalism of America. I'm happy that's under assault. So, yeah. And then she did do a debate with Ben Shapiro. She got torn to pieces. Look, if Ben Shapiro ever wants to debate against you, don't do it. It's better to be called a coward, not do it, than to have him rip you apart.
It's almost like you're being called to go on the Jerry Springer show.
Not even Milo would debate him, man.
Yeah, him and Milo don't agree on a lot of things.
Yeah. But between the two, I mean, Milo's got his own. I mean, I like Milo, but you took a class on African American history too. Yeah.
Cool.
Good job. Yeah, I'm sure they appreciate your cash. You're being a media mouthpiece instead of thinking. Yeah. Rags versus
Willie.
Ben. What would I know? What do we
Willie.
disagree on, really?
To be a media mouthpiece, the media is the one actually spewing out this whole rhetoric that it's a systematic racist. So that
Pretty much.
him actually saying something different is not actually being a media mouthpiece. It's actually going against the media, because
How do
the
I feel
media,
about Kerry Johnson? Yeah.
those who control the information control the people.
Yep.
So, yeah, Sally Cohn. Oh boy.
So
And of
who
course
is this Sally Cohn?
she's a commentator. Sally Rebecca Cohn is an American lawyer, liberal political commentator, community organizer, and founder and chief executive officer of the Movement Vision Lab, a grassroots think tank. She's a CNN correspondent or something like that.
Now, to most Democrats and liberals, they'd be like, "Oh, look, she has a degree. She needs to be president." That's pretty much how they work. Just because you have a degree and you doing what you do doesn't necessarily mean you're actually qualified for the job. I've been saying that shit for years.
Like, I took an African American history class. Yeah, well, the fact that it's not just a normal history class kind of goes to show what, you know.
So Sally Cohn would be like the CNN's equivalent to Rachel Maddow.
She's just this anti-free speech, Muslim apologist sort of thing. You know, Sharia, you can't just say Sharia law is bad. You know, that sort of thing. She was on Louder. Do I like Sargon? Yes, I do. She was on Louder with Crowder, actually, and it was just like painful to listen to her, like just be an apologist for Sharia law of all things. I think she's a lesbian woman, and just as I don't know how a woman could be an apologist for. Yeah, probably.
Willie, quit doing your research using CNN and Fox. That would be the first.
She tweet. It's difficult for me to navigate this website because of all the.
If anything, look up who actually owns them.
Hey, at Real Donald Trump. Many progressive Muslims. Fuck, there's an ad with music and I can't get it to stop. It's not even English. Fuck that shit. And when you try to leave another pop-up, ugh. But I don't know, and I'm sure people will take a lot of the stuff I said today maybe out of context or something. But hey,
it's gonna happen.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, we all learn white history throughout school. Way to talk down without thinking. I'm not talking down. We're historically this country has been predominantly white. All the founding fathers were white. I mean, it's like if you go into French history, guess what? It's going to be basically white history. If I go to Zimbabwe history, it's not going to be mostly white history. If I go to Japanese history, it's not going to be mostly white history. It's going to be mostly Asian history. There is no black history, white history, Asian history, Hispanic history. It's just history. It's just history. End of story. And if white people did something, then white people did something. If black people did something, black people did something. If Asian people did something, Asian people did something. It's American history. It's not white history. It's not black history. It's American history. Okay? There you go. You're trying to take something like history and it's like the term social justice. It's like saying the term social justice. You are adding an adjective in front of justice, right? There shouldn't be social justice. There should not be there shouldn't be gender justice or anything like that. It's just justice. Okay? You should be for justice, not social justice, not any of this, just justice. You shouldn't be for gender equality. You shouldn't be for racial equality. You should be just for equality.
Equality.
Period. It's equality. Not equality for women, equality for blacks, equality for whites, equality for Asians, just equality. Equality does not need any extra defining terms to it.
Once you start putting adjectives in front of it, then you are actually making it a specific about a group or a race or whatever. You're making it the racist or the sexist or the what is it, genderist? I don't know what the hell they call those people. But you're making it about that instead of actually about just equality, what it should be about.
And you're the problem.
Right.
Do you want to know what the word slave comes from? You do know what the word slave comes from? It comes from Slavic. White people. So, slavery is not a black-white issue. It's not a racial issue. It's just it's slavery. And in all forms, it is horrible and bad and awful. Okay? The African tribes had slaves. Whites had slaves. Asians had slaves. Everyone had slaves. You go back in history, everyone had slaves. Okay?
But we don't talk about that part. We like to only bring up...
Slavery is obviously evil. It's bad.
Yeah.
You don't have to say it's awful.
Yep.
But I never owned slaves, and you never picked cotton. So, there you go. Oh, and you can see the corruption of Black Lives Matter when they talk about their demands, their whole, give us money for this and give us money for that. We need reparations for this, and of course we get this amount of stuff. It's a power grab. It's not about equality. It's a power grab.
When did they start doing that?
Oh, they released a while ago. Wait until you see the list of demands by Black Lives Matter. Yeah, so before you say, well, not all Black Lives Matter, it's not all one cohesive organization, well, they have officially released a list of demands. Mandated, some of them are not like terrible, mandated public school curriculums, things like that. But we're talking like free college education for all blacks, reparations, like full and free access for all black people, including undocumented and currently and formerly incarcerated people, to lifetime education. So if you went to prison and you're black, you get free lifetime education. So there you go. There, yeah.
So we're encouraging to have more criminals.
Yeah, I mean
that's all that's gonna do.
Well, yeah, and it doesn't matter if you were locked up for like basically everyone for a legit reason. You get free lifetime education, and they say guaranteed minimum livable income for all black people. So you just it's literally just give black people money. Just literally just giving black people money because they are black. Do you understand what Martin Luther King is? I went to the Black Lives Matter official website. It's cancerous. I'm looking at their stuff right now. But Dr. Martin Luther King is one of my most idolized historical figures ever, because he was telling people, do not be a victim. Show them that you are a better person because you get an education, because you dress well and act well, because you're polite, you're an upstanding, productive member of society. Prove to everyone that you are just as, if not better than they are. Do not be a victim. Do not let people victimize you. Take control of your life. And it's the exact opposite thing now. Now they want handouts and they want reparations and they want to be given stuff. And nothing's ever our fault. It's always the police. It's the specter of white racism or white supremacy. I mean, imagine how Dr. King would be rolling. He's been rolling over in his grave for the last 30 years. Let's be frank. There you go. I've been to the Black Lives Matter website. It is cancerous. And yes, if you're black, you get free lifetime education. Because reparations. There, I'm on their website right now. The Movement for Black Lives. Reparations. We demand reparations for past and continuing harms. The government, responsible corporations, and other institutions that have profited off the harm they have inflicted on black people, from colonialism to slavery through food and housing redlining, mass incarceration, and surveillance, must repair the harm done. This includes all this stuff. Here, I'll link you. I'll link you so everyone can see it. I want everyone to see how ridiculous this is.
So we're saying that black people, because of slavery and whatever else they said, should get all this stuff. Free education, for even if you're in prison, like you don't lose your rights if you're in prison if you're black. All this stuff. But yet the Indians, the ones that we actually came in and committed like a genocide against them, just got money.
But yeah, I think we've talked about politics enough. We got talking about this, and then some people came in. Then they said they would leave, and then they came back, I guess. And I'm a racist because I know what the facts are. Okay, fair enough.
That's usually the way it goes, though.
I think you and Resurrection just need to debate. Get it out of your system.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because he's actually a pretty cool dude. Like, I've actually talked to the guy. He's an all right dude.
Yeah, he's cool, but he sounds kind of ignorant.
He is
Sorry.
ignorant. It sounds like he came up with the answer, and now he's trying to look for all the supporting information instead of doing it the other way around. That's what it sounds like to me, that he already has his goal, his agenda, and now he's attempting to support it. And if he cannot find information, then he'll do whatever he can. I'm not saying he doesn't mean well, but there you go.
Fair enough.
But when the facts are not on your side, you have to resort to feelings, and you have to cherry pick, and you have to, you see, like talking about it was a kid. It's like that's an appeal to emotion. Okay?
Yeah.
That is an appeal to emotion. That's not an appeal to what the facts are, and it's not an appeal to common sense. No one is saying that it's good that a kid was killed, obviously. But no one is also saying that you should just let him potentially shoot you if he points a gun at you. I know.
I would hope nobody's saying that.
And the thing is, these instances are so statistically uncommon that you have to look at them all as individual matters. That's why it looks like this guy here, Terrence Crutcher, it looks like he was killed unnecessarily. It also looks like he didn't make his case any better, but it looks like he was killed unnecessarily. That doesn't mean that any other case is the exact same. Okay?
Oh, no, it's all a case-by-case basis.
Yeah, everything is a case-by-case basis. So saying, oh yeah, well what about, and then fill in the blank another example, it's a completely different matter. Because like the tweet was comparing, well, how come the New York City bomber was alive and this guy isn't? Well, they both got shot. One just didn't get shot fatally. Also, the bomber, he hit a police in the vest and one person got hit by fragments of the bullet. But he got shot, he just wasn't fatally shot. So, there you go. Don't compare the two. They're two completely individual instances. And I think the Muslim, the ISIS Muslim extremist guy, I think he was killed in the mall.
I think he was too, if I remember correctly.
Stabbing suspect went to mall to buy an iPhone. He stabbed Dahir Adan. What do you know? It wasn't John Smith. Joyful and happy mood on Saturday before he went to a St. Cloud, Minnesota mall to buy a phone.
Phones are my favorite.
Another ad that plays music. Aiden, 22, is suspected of storming the mall and stabbing 10 people Saturday night before he was shot dead by an off-duty police officer. With a gun. We are trying to find everything, Anderson said. I want to know everything about this man from the day he was born until last Saturday. So, the FBI is calling the attack a potential act of terrorism, but no evidence has been found tying the suspect directly to terror groups. I think ISIS actually claimed he was one of their soldiers.
And he was actually like going around saying Allah Akbar or whatever.
I think he asked someone if they were Muslim before. So, yeah. ISIS bad. ISIS bad. Let's talk about something else like the Armenian genocide.
Oh, yes.
Of course, of course.
Sense to me.
So, by the way, if you're going to get a 1080, get the 6 gig over the 3 gig one.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But, here we go. That's the political talk. It's over. It's done. It's done. It's over.
The political talk could actually go on and on forever.
Yeah, it could. But
it's a never-ending cycle.
That's where I stand. Let's talk about... it's bad when someone's saying, let's talk about Crap Gamer. You want to talk racism? What about the PC Master Race, huh? Excellent.
Oh, God.
Also, African-American is a nationality, not a race. Please do not conflate the two. You could be white as Canadian snow and still be African-American. Can we talk about why the 1060 doesn't have SLI? Maybe we can on another podcast. Because it has been 2 hours and 15 minutes, and I want to play some games. Even though PC gamers don't play games.
Sounds good to me.
I want to catch up on all that non-game playing I don't play.
Sounds about right.
So, Shazam. Also, before we go, guys, one last thing. I'm not saying any of you guys are bad or evil or anything like that. I'm saying put the facts before what you want your narrative to be. And I think that all your intentions are good. I just want you to look at this from a level, treat everything as an individual case. Look at what the facts actually are, and don't let your feelings or emotions control what you think is going down. So if you do that, then you will believe less lies and you will know more truths.
Absolutely.
All right? I'm not a PC gamer, and then I find reasons for it. The reasons led me to PC gaming. It's important that you do not try to do those things in the wrong order.
You can't put the cart before the horse.
That's right. Do not put the cart before the horse. Anyway, I'll probably keep this video private until it's all processing and done, but I'll put it up later. I'll make a thumbnail at another point, and then hopefully I can get this video out and check out the 2 SLI Titans XP. Oh boy, I wish. But I'll get a thumbnail and everything sent up, and I'll post this later. Rags, do a Slav squat. Nah. Slav? You mean where the word slave comes from? Okay. Very wise, Rag Senpai. Indeed. There's a I'm not saying that subscribers and videos and all that stuff means that you're a certain level of, I'll say maybe there's a reason why I've gotten to this point. Maybe. Just maybe. Just maybe. Face reveal. You're not paying attention, Blue Shades. You guys have any do you guys have any closing thoughts, anything about game? Because we could talk about another topic or so if you want to bring something up before we go.
Well,
I'm good.
I don't really have any more topics. I'm just.
And yes, Dregs, I do have a PS4, by the way. I just sometimes, like in the last video, I forgot that I even had it, and I said I didn't have one, even though I do, because I don't play it because it doesn't interest me at all. So there you go.
What made you buy it in the first place?
I bought it under the thought that there would be enough good exclusives for it. However, there were so many things I wanted to do on PC that I just never
got around to it.
Yeah, never really got around to it, and now it's just nothing will really get me to do it. I need to sell it.
Wait, you have a PS4 and you forgot about it?
Yeah, it's in the corner in the box.
Dude,
I got
get
the controller.
Bloodborne. It's $20. Go get it.
Nah, I gotta finish Dark Souls 3 and all that stuff. I got enough stuff I need to do on PC. Oh well. That's okay. Somebody will have a PS4, and I started The Last of Us Remastered, and it was okay. The game's all right.
I really enjoyed that game.
Yeah.
When did you get it?
When it first came out.
You've forgotten about it this whole time.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I played a couple games on it, and I'm like, I'm done.
Damn.
Someone asked, what do you think about the Master Chief Collection probably coming to PC? Well, it may be a day late and $1 short. Tachanka.
I don't think
should
it'll happen.
Ubisoft buff Tachanka. I don't even know what Tachanka is.
I don't either.
Rags, did you know SJWs have their own Steam video? I've heard about stuff like that, which is weird because they're always trying to tell us what should be in our video games, but if they have all the answers, then how come all their video games aren't selling off the shelves, just selling out? How come they're not making a gajillion dollars on the perfect game if they know they have the formula? Oh, well. So, anything else you guys want to talk about?
No, just looking
for retardation for one day. I know.
Looking forward to the Destiny Rise of Iron. I guess releasing at 4 a.m. today, my time.
Destiny. Oh, the last thing, yeah. Well, hey, they could have had it on PC, but
I really wish they would have done that. That would have been.
Yeah, I just don't want to. I mean, I could buy it. I got a PS4. It's just 30 FPS shooters and I don't want to support the devs. I just Dolan Gleiser. Try to pronounce my name. Rags, what's your favorite water flavor? Excellent. All right. Well, everyone, thanks for sticking around. It was good to have these guys. We got up to about 250 or so, which is good for 2 in the morning on a school night, on a work night, weeknight. So, see you around, guys. Ciao, ciao. Oh, and by the way,
guys.
Everyone in the stream is Brimstone. You could follow him on Twitter at
Brimstone.
Stone.
Yeah.
I'm obviously at Your Pal Rags. Rambo's Corner is at
Rambo's Corner.
Rambo's Corner. And Geek Essentials, Shaner123 is at Geek Essentials. I follow them all, I think. Most of them. Some of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Some, yeah. So if you need to get to them through my channel,
Shit posting all day.
Shit posting all day, every day.
Yep.
Big White Cocks. So, I will put that all on the stream. I'll post it later, so don't be worried if you don't see them immediately. It'll be up later. Ciao, guys. Toodaloo.
Let us.
Laters. Ciao.